Good morning everyone, we're watching day 3 of the WCF Women's Golf Croquet World Championship. This morning we'll be on Lawn 1 watching Virginia Arney and Glynis Davies, and your commentators will be Keith Ayton and Aston Wade. I'll hand over shortly and I hope that you enjoy the day's croquet.
So, I was going to ask you if you've had a moment in the sun yet.
Probably my British Open win was because that was out of nowhere kind of thing.
Right.
So I'd say that was my moment in the sun, and I've tried to keep it going since then. Had a few more good wins, but that's probably the kind of surprise burst onto the scene moment that started it off. Still waiting for an AC moment in the sun though. It'll come at some point.
Winning the Chairman's? Not quite.
Winning the Chairman's is as close as I get so far, yeah.
Oh, here comes Alison.
Hoping we're going to be on air soon, given the game started. We're live. Excellent.
Oh, good morning everyone to Sussex County Croquet Club at Southwick. I'm Keith Ayton and I'm joined by Aston Wade.
Good morning Keith.
So, what have we got before us today, Aston?
So we currently have a game between Glynis Davies from England, and she's playing Virginia Arney of Australia. Virginia is the higher ranked player, but they're right next to each other in the block. So I'm currently looking at block G. Virginia is number 5 in the block and Glynis is number 6. So it should be a good close game.
And how are they doing so far?
So Glynis has had a good start. She's beaten her number 2 seed and beaten her bottom seed, so she's on 2 out of 3. And Virginia has also had a good start, beating the number 2 seed and the bottom seed, so also on 2 out of 3.
Okay.
It seems Virginia did take a game off the top seed in their block as well, so both seem to be playing quite well.
Excellent. So we've got a feast of croquet in store.
Hopefully so.
And we've got a change in the weather.
Much
today.
Nicer today. Already getting hot.
Some high cloud,
Yeah.
I would say, but a chance of plenty of sun and hopefully no rain.
Hopefully not. The lawn's noticeably much faster than they were at the end of yesterday, so I'm sure most of the players will be enjoying this quite a bit more. I certainly am.
So in the early knockings, you can see Black's managed to take position.
Black's in really nice position. Blue looks a little bit too angled. Might be able to get in the jaws, can't quite tell from here. Yellow also in running position. Red again a little bit angled. So blue just playing in to try and get a block on yellow and potentially red as well. It has blocked black, so Keith and I have just swapped over seats, so I now have control of the laptop. If anyone has any questions for us, do put those on the live chat and we'll keep an eye on that for you.
So that was black trying to clear yellow, presumably.
Yes.
Otherwise yellow's going to clear blue.
It's assuming she can't see the hoop. She might be able to squeeze past.
Oh, you think
blue
she
here.
might be able to run the hoop? Okay, well...
Oh, that's a really nice shot.
That's a bit of a 2-in-1 outcome there,
Yeah.
isn't it?
I think that's definitely worth going for. So clearing blue and getting yellow into the jaws. If you don't play it quite so well, you can still bounce yellow off the hoop and it means it stays nearby. So it's worth a go, and she's played it really well and finished with yellow right in the middle of the jaws there. So Glynis now with an opportunity to knock yellow back out.
Yeah, good effort, but I think that might still be in hoop running position.
Yeah, it's not quite enough, but what it does mean is that if yellow is allowed to run the hoop, it'll have less control over how close it can get towards hoop 2 than it would have done straight from the jaws. It also means that black will now have an opportunity to clear it.
Well, could red put a blocker in?
I think that's what she's trying to do, isn't it? She was quite close, had a good line.
Now, with my limited knowledge, Aston, of GC, I'm going to say red and yellow have got control of this hoop at the moment.
I think that's a good assessment, yeah. So, yeah, Glynis, having had first play over, is now in quite a challenging position to regain control. Can't tell whether she can see this yellow or whether she's going to have to go for red onto yellow.
Double clearance would be handy.
The double clearance would have been handy, that's a bit unfortunate.
Yeah, conceding the hoop and yellow gets first go at 2. But on the other hand, clutching at possibility of a positive, red's got no real shot, has it?
Yeah, and yellow might have to play slightly wide to get past the hoop here.
Now, eagle-eyed viewers, or viewer, might have noticed that sometimes the players put a clip on the side of the hoop, sometimes they put a clip on the top of the hoop. Now, what's up with that?
So Izzy asked me about this yesterday, and I don't really know if there's a formal answer. I think it just seems to be player preference. So sometimes it can help if one player puts clips on the top and the other player puts them on the side. You obviously have the red and blue difference, but it's even easier to tell if certain players put them on top and certain players put them on the side. I don't think there's any real logic to it. It's just wherever the player chooses to place their clips.
Okay. Now, blue and black look quite close together here.
They are.
Is there a potential double clearance on here for yellow, do you think?
It's possible. I think you might have to clear.
Yellow's looking at the hoop, I think. Is that right?
Yeah, I think this is a reasonable choice.
Okay. Well, blue's certainly blocked on the hoop.
Yeah. If you want the double clearance, I think you have to go for black first.
Oh, really?
Which, with blue to play next, if you get it wrong, you're just opening up the hoop for blue.
Wouldn't you focus on blue on the basis that red can always clear black, if need be?
Blue's the one I want to clear, but
Yeah.
I think it's harder to get the double clearance off blue, just because of the positions of the balls. So choosing to go for the hoop here is a perfectly reasonable option.
Well, now you see, that's not blocked the hoop, so blue could presumably block red at black. Is that a good play?
That would be a good play, yes. So
I'm not sure about that choice. You made that choice?
Nudging black towards the hoop is good, but this is a fairly routine clearance for red. So if you're looking at the nudge, what you can do is hit it on the left-hand side and get the chance of black going closer and blue moving onto the blocking line.
That sounds a bit greedy to me.
It does sound greedy, so purely playing the block is good. It keeps 2 balls in front, and it means red is going to struggle to clear black. Whereas now red and yellow are still well in the hoop.
So what are the options here? She's obviously in at least 2 lines.
So if she leaves yellow there, it's going to have a fairly standard clearance on blue where yellow can hold position. So clearing yellow is a good option. Unfortunately, she was directly on the line of yellow to the hoop, So if she cleared that centre ball, it was going straight into the hoop, which is not a good outcome. So she just played black to the side here. Yellow's going to have to go at the jaws. Okay, so not in the jaws, but blocking blue.
I think this looks like a jump shot.
It is, yes. It's unusual to see a side style jump, but I think it's probably a decision to try and get more power playing it from the side. That was a very good effort.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's not a bad effort at all.
Pretty much middle of the hoop at the right height. Certainly a lot better than I would have done playing a jump from the side. And that's a really nice shot.
Now, I can recognise a possible pattern here.
Go for it.
Well, blue's in the position to clear red, leaving black in with an easy hoop.
There we go.
So yellow, what can yellow do? Yellow, seems to me, either yellow clears black or attempts to block blue at red.
Yeah, so
Neither of which has happened.
no. If you think that red is going to be sent a long way, then the preemptive clearance on black is good. The alternative is just to take position. You can try and get the block blue on red, but it's important to make sure that yellow is in front of the hoop, so that if red does now hit this clearance, you have something in front that you're threatening to run with. Whereas now, red may well hit this clearance, but she still doesn't have a ball in front of the hoop afterwards. May actually be a bit of a double here.
I was going to say this might be a bit of a double. I think it possibly was.
I think it was, yeah, just a little bit far to the left there. So Glynis will level it at 1-1.
Okay. So, would you say in theory here that red and yellow should have an advantage playing in first?
Yes, so
It's very dependent, presumably, on actually getting position.
it does. Playing over to a hoop is always going to give you an advantage at the start of the hoop. Even if you don't get good position, you're still the first ball over in the area, and it can normally do something to clear another ball. That hasn't quite gone far enough, I don't think. So, again, potentially jawsable, but probably unlikely to run.
But if blue just takes position, albeit deep, yellow can stop blue from running the hoop.
Exactly.
In theory.
Yeah. So that's good position from blue there. You want to be close enough that if yellow does jaws, you're threatening to jump it.
Now, was that a sneaky attempt to promote yellow?
That may have been an effort at a nudge. Nudges have the potential to go wrong if you overhit and end up with two balls not in front. So from that range, it's potentially a bit greedy. But as long as you play red at the right pace, that if it misses yellow completely, red at least finishes in front of the hoop, then it's fairly free.
Okay.
So a couple of options here. You can clear blue.
It looks like she's trying to clear black.
So this is saying that Glynis can have a go with blue.
And if you miss, I'll run it with red.
Exactly.
Right. Oh, and maybe block.
Yeah, the ideal outcome of that shot is to stop yellow on the blocking line of blue at the hoop.
Now, I've seen this a few times as well, and I've certainly been reading about it. You can, if you spot the opportunities, you can try and get two favourable outcomes from one stroke.
It's always worth looking to see if you can get two things with one shot. You want to recognise what the primary objective of the shot is, and make sure that you get that, but if there's something else that you can do in the same shot, it's usually worth having a go for. Getting another jump.
Another jump. Is this, I mean, clearing red would be an option, wouldn't it? She didn't get that.
No.
Clearing red would have been an option.
Clearing red is definitely an option.
Black can clear yellow.
Yep. If you can clear red and keep blue in front, then that's really good, because black can then send yellow in lawn. If you clear red but can't keep blue in front and red comes back in, black clears yellow, black won't stay in front after that, yellow comes back in, you're stuck clearing for quite a while.
Yeah, okay. But blue, hopefully blue would have been nearby.
You would hope so, yeah. Jaws or hoop key?
Too late.
Too late.
Well, okay. I would have, naively, I would have said hoop, but presumably the thinking is you can't necessarily run the hoop all the way down to 4.
Exactly.
And it's difficult to stop this.
Yes, so Glynis's black wasn't in a position where it could jump over red, and blue is down on the south boundary, so it's a very difficult clearance if it wants to try and get red out. Glynis may just choose to play halfway.
And yellow presumably had the opportunity to block blue at red anyway.
It did. I'm not sure if she's got that, but it was definitely worth going for. Yeah, quite possible that yellow did have the block. So
Is that come on side? I think it has.
That has just reached. Yeah, it's close. But I think that's good. There we see the advantage of her choice to jaws earlier. She's now got red in hoop running position down at 4 and is in immediate control of the next hoop. Looks like another nice positional shot.
It does. No attempt made to stop blue clearing red. Is that?
No, so you could look at getting on that blocking line. If you don't get it, it means that yellow is likely to be quite far back from the hoop. So just taking good position there is completely fair. Glynis going for the clearance on red there, just missing to the left, so red can now stop black over to the short boundary and hopefully stay in front as well.
So you're trying to stay in front rather than cut black further away?
I think that staying in front is better here.
Okay.
She probably doesn't have enough power to cut black sufficiently far that it's worth going for.
Right.
And 2 balls in front is always good. If blue were in front of the hoop there, then just sending black over to the short boundary 7 yards away isn't necessarily good enough, because she can clear yellow here. But if you can keep 2 balls in front and Glynis doesn't have anything that's threatening to run the hoop, then that's going to be better.
That's quite a good shot though.
That's a very nice shot.
It's got rid of yellow from position, and also to at least retain black somewhere in the neighbourhood.
Yeah, so Glynis will have a fair bit more work to do to get herself back into this hoop, but that's a good start. Looks like another decent yellow positional shot.
Now I'm going to be interested to see what red does next, unless it gets moved. See, I think blue between yellow and the hoop's quite a good option here if you can get it.
I think that's quite good. You do need to get a ball in front, so if she's looking at clearing red here,
Which she has.
or yellow,
Oh, yellow.
okay.
Okay.
I think that's quite a good choice. So if you clear red, black then has to clear yellow, and again you're stuck clearing for quite a while.
Yeah.
Whereas clearing the ball that's just played, so yellow,
Yeah.
means that Virginia now has the option to run this hoop, which is far
quite a
from
long
easy.
hoop,
It
right?
is quite a long hoop, and if she fails, then Glynis is suddenly back up in the hoop.
And she has failed. Still looking fairly neutral though, isn't it? Wouldn't you say? Or do you
I'd
think
say
blue and
it's
black
now
have got an
swung in
advantage?
favour of blue and black.
Okay.
It is fairly neutral, but I definitely prefer to be blue and black in this position. Getting a couple of people joining us on the live stream chat.
Oh, who have we got today?
Amir Ramses says hello.
Excellent. Hi, Amir. Nice to hear from you.
And we've got Fran Wright from Australia tuning back in.
Now then, you see, here again I'm not unsure what the best thing to do is.
Right, so that was
Obviously
the same.
she could have a go at the hoop,
Yeah.
but she might be conceding some of her advantage by doing that, potentially. Assuming if she doesn't get it.
Yeah. So
And
that's
she
a
has
very
got
nice
it,
shot.
so
It's
forget that.
what we'd refer to as a free hoop attempt, which
go
means
on.
that if she misses,
Yeah.
the opponent is not threatening to run the hoop at that point, and they're not going to have a major advantage as a result of the miss. So Glynis could have potentially taken a nicer position, but that would have been close to red. Red could have stop shotted her away.
Yeah.
So there was very little advantage to taking better position. She was much better to have a go at the hoop, and she's played it really well. So with those clearances over at 5, if you clear with the first ball, what you're looking to do is hit it fairly centrally, so that your ball sticks around. She hasn't quite got the middle of that, so black is actually now further away than red, the ball she was trying to clear. So she's removed the immediate danger, but she is losing her balls in the process. And that was another attempt at a clearance without having a ball in front.
Now I've seen that particularly the Egyptians would have just put blue in there and banked on clearing yellow with black.
Yes,
Is that
so
correct?
that
Yeah.
is correct. I think the Egyptians are normally taught not to clear until you have a ball in front of your hoop
Right.
in general. So you place your first ball in, then clear with the second ball. In that particular case, if she puts blue in, red may just take it out immediately, and then she still has to hit the clearance with black. So, you know,
So red wouldn't be where it is now then.
it wouldn't. Sometimes just forcing the opponent to use their shot to clear you out of the way is the best you've got. I think that looked quite difficult. Red was potentially covering half of yellow there. So Virginia now had a nice opportunity to run 5 under control and get up nice and close to hoop 6.
And blue's offside.
Blue is offside, yes. And black is down in corner 4. So that's taken a little bit more wire than she might have hoped for. You ideally are looking to run that past the peg in between hoop 6 and the peg. If you can get that, then you're really happy. Patricia Duke Cox has joined the chat as well. Hello, Patricia. Patricia very kindly came down to Oxford a couple of weeks ago to present me with the Students' Championship trophy.
That was nice of her.
It was, yes. Alison Murray is here supporting Glynis. And we have a question from Tim Dimment about Ian Burridge's book, which you spoke of yesterday, apparently,
Yes,
Keith.
I did. More than once I've spoken about it.
Oh, very good. Have you actually read it? Or are you
I
getting
am
commission
reading it.
for promoting it?
I am
Okay.
reading it. I'm reading it. I like it.
Good.
And James Death has contacted me. James Death, who works in the CA office, has said if people want to get their orders in, the players, I suppose I'd need to talk to the players here, but he said if they get their orders in by the end of today, then he will be able to send the books here.
Oh, excellent. So yes, the question from Tim is the book for sale out of England? Is it possible for the CA shop to ship it? Do we know?
I imagine anything is possible.
There we go. So you can have a look on the CA shop, Tim. Contact them about international shipping.
Have you read it, Aston?
I haven't read it cover to cover. No, I do have a copy of the book, and I'm making my way through it.
And what do you think of it as a top GC player?
I think it's really good. So a lot of the stuff in the book is stuff that I've picked up over the course of playing, but Ian has a lot more experience than I do, so it's been really good to hear some of his thoughts on the game, and I've certainly learned a few things from it as well.
I like the way the material's organised
Yes.
into what he calls golden rules.
Yeah, it certainly makes it a lot easier to remember. When you're mid-game, thinking about what you read on page 80 of a book can be a little bit difficult. So if you have these golden rules, which are the headers for each of his sections, and you can just keep some of those in mind, then that'll certainly help. So Glynis there going for the block on yellow at blue. I think she's played that fairly well, certainly covering part of the ball.
This looks like a nudge.
A nudge would be nice here. Ideally you want either yellow or red blocking blue shot at the hoop.
Yeah, it's under nudged.
I'm not sure it's quite far
I
enough,
think
is it?
from the body language that's an under nudge.
Yeah, she wasn't too happy. Quite difficult to judge these little nudges.
Now I've spotted a potential opportunity here, but we're not going to get to see it.
Okay, what was the opportunity?
Well, if blue had run the hoop, red can promote yellow to position at 7. In fact, red hasn't got much choice other than to try and promote yellow to position at 7.
So, as a general rule,
Never ever.
don't promote the ball over to the hoop if you're first to play to it.
Well, why is that then?
It's usually easier to take position rather than to play a promotion. If you're really confident you can play the promotion well, then by all means go for it. But as soon as it starts to look difficult, just get the first ball into good position. Here though, as you've said, Keith, she wouldn't have had any option to get a good position with red, so she'd have been forced into playing the promotion. And the balls are close enough that it should have been a fairly straightforward rush over to hoop 7, but we're not going to see that, sadly. She's got a slightly hampered shot to try and move black, or potentially just take the side of blue and get it out the hoop. That may be possible.
Now, while we're just waiting for this, there is a potentially very interesting match on lawn 4, which is the conclusion of last night's match between Soha Mustafa, the number 1 seed, and Diana Wilson from Roehampton.
Okay, so what was the score on that overnight?
Well, when I left, it was 6-0 to Soha.
Right.
And she went on to win the first game 7-1. But Diana came back and took the second game.
Oh, that's a
7-4,
brilliant result for her.
It is currently, I think, 4-3 to Soha in the decider.
Excellent. It's always really good to see a player come back from quite a large defeat and to take the second game. So yeah, really pleased she's making a good match out of this.
Well, I sat with, I was sitting in one of the huts, sheltering,
Right.
and watching Soha's game, and then Diana came into the hut, and I said, are you on a scouting mission? She said, absolutely.
Yeah, I was having a nice chat with her while watching one of the games on Lawn 1 yesterday, and she said she'd been here since about 11 o'clock to watch Soha's game, and didn't end up playing until quite late in the afternoon, and clearly hasn't finished the match. So she didn't get a lot of play in yesterday, but she was here to keep an eye on her opponent.
Well, I left at about 7:45, I
Okay.
think.
Still going at 7:45?
Certainly after 7:30, and that was game 1 was still going.
Right, okay.
Albeit it was near a conclusion. So I don't know what time they actually finished. Anyway, meanwhile, we're still at hoop 6. And, you see, I think, to my untrained eye, that blue and black have a bit of an advantage here, Aston.
I think they do. It depends on the outcome of this shot here.
Okay, so that's removed blue from position, presumably.
Yes, so she's played that fairly well.
Now she's looking at getting wide from red, is that correct?
Wide from red is good here, and then black can clear yellow. There we
Right.
go.
I'm learning.
You're getting the hang of this,
I'm
GC,
getting-
aren't you?
Well, slowly. Takes a long time for me to pick something up, Aston.
Okay. Is this the first GC event you've come to watch?
Oh, by no means.
No? Okay.
No. Obviously didn't make much of an impression, but I watched the East Anglian Championship where you
Oh,
were.
that is true, yes.
I blend into the background.
I didn't do brilliantly at that, so just
Oh,
erase
you've
that
wiped
from the memory bank.
Right, I'm sorry. Sorry if I've brought that back to the forefront of your mind.
I managed to snuggle myself at hoop 13 in the third game of a knockout match, which wasn't ideal.
Oh yes, I think I remember that now.
Yep, there we go.
Right. So that's not really changed things.
No.
I don't think so. Black to play, and it can presumably still see yellow, but it's
Yeah, so she
Oh,
can clear
I see.
yellow. She's got another option now of just taking position wide from red.
blocking yellow.
If you can
though.
block yellow and wide from red, that's really good.
I think she's looking at the clearance down here.
Yeah, I think the clearance is a good choice here. Just giving yellow no chance of having a go at a hoop.
Well, you say that. But yeah, well. So this will be a clearance. I'm guessing.
Yes, it will be.
No real option.
No. And if you can play this mid-pace and keep yellow around, that's a really good result. But the key is just to move blue and then work with wherever yellow ends up. So you just hit this at whatever pace is comfortable. And that was a nice pace to hit the shot at. But just missing on the left-hand side, so Glynis with a 2-foot hoop.
Yeah, good hoop.
That's 3-all.
Yeah.
We've got a question from Nicholas Denizot on the chat. He's asking how much preparation have I been doing for the European Under-21 Championships. So that's a Golf Croquet Championships being hosted by Latvia next week. So looking forward to flying out for that. I've actually spent most of the past month and a half playing association croquet. So need to go and do some practice before that, playing a bit more GC, just get back into the swing of things. But yes, really looking forward to that event. It'd be nice to have another event with a lot of younger players.
Do you regard playing AC as helpful practice for GC?
So we're getting into this. I do. I think that playing croquet in whatever form is going to help
Right.
any other form of croquet that you play. So in general, I think people would say that if you are predominantly an AC player and you play some GC, it will help your shooting for AC. purely because of the volume of clearances and hoop running you have to do in a GC game. And that if you're a predominantly GC player and you try out some AC, that's likely to help your touch, so that can improve your positional play in a game of GC. So I do think they complement each other nicely.
Well, that was a nice clearance.
That was a very nice clearance there. Absolutely in the middle of red, at a good pace to keep blue near the hoop.
So if you've got some dedicated GC practice time, what do you do to complement the AC time that you've had?
So my GC practice focuses on clearances, hoop running and positional play. So I'll just go and hit a load of 7-yard clearances to start with, and then kind of move it back. You kind of try and find a range where you're hitting about 50% of the shots normally, and settle at that range because it's a little bit more challenging than just hitting a range you know you can hit. But at the same time, you don't want to be hitting 20-yarders that you're going to miss most of the time. So I normally settle out at about kind of 12, 13 yards for clearing practice. Just grooving the swing in. Again, hoop running, you can start off with some 1-yard hoops and then move back as you build into it. Eventually end up practicing some 7-yarders. And then positional play, I like to just play around the hoops. So starting in corner 4, approach hoop 1 as you would do in a game. You can take 2 or 4 balls round, then run the hoop if you end up in front of the hoop, or just take position at the next hoop and carry on round the lawn, playing exactly the same hoop approaches as you would do in a game. So that's the main components of my standard GC practice. So red here, possibly just playing back into hoop position.
Well, black's not threatening the hoop.
Black's not threatening the hoop, and blue looks to be on the line of black at yellow, which is going to give Glynis a little bit of trouble.
Yeah. So advantage red and yellow.
Certainly. So if you can't do anything about yellow,
well, you can try and block.
You can try and block.
Do you ever try and hamper as opposed to block?
It depends on where the balls are. It's the same principle. If the hamper's easier to get, then you can go for that. But I normally tend to think about the block. Here the block's not necessarily good enough, because yellow can just smash blue over to the east boundary and red will go through the hoop.
Right.
So rather than blocking, if there's nothing you can do about yellow, just taking red out and letting yellow have first go at the hoop is probably the best she's got. Yeah, I like that option. So what she's done is shifted blue over to the short boundary side,
right,
so that yellow can't smash it a long way away. And she's made sure that black gets in front of the hoop as well. And so again, if yellow fails here, it'll be Glynis that has the opportunity to smash red into the lawn and then run with black. So that's a really good choice of shot there from a difficult position.
So it's a point.
It's a point,
but it's not gone down to hoop 8.
No, and that's the result of the shot she played for. She wasn't trying to ping it through the hoop down to 8. She just ran it at a comfortable pace to give the best chance of scoring the hoop.
It's a bit short there at 8.
Yeah, it's not brilliant. Could have done with an extra few yards, but yellow's going to be potentially hampered by the hoop. Red here is a little bit hampered by black, so blue might be okay down there. Yeah, she's done well with that. Obviously black was playing on her mind, but she's had a really good positional shot.
She's done very well.
Bit difficult. She's looking to play getting as much backswing through the hoop as possible, That's the other option, which is to play it with a bit of jump.
I'm going to be a bit of a devil's advocate here and suggest that was a potential fault.
It did not sound good, I will give you that. I'm not a qualified referee.
No, well, it looked like a bottom bevel to me, but there you go.
I think that was more likely a fault than not. Probably should have had a referee if she was going to play it like that, but never mind.
Now these referees are on call, presumably, are they?
They are, so
so
I think we have one referee for 3 lawns.
So even if a referee had seen that as a fault, they could have said that is definitely a fault. They can't intervene, is that correct? Or?
I think you need to call the referee on in order for them to make a decision.
Right.
They need to mark the balls and be in a good position to assess the shot. Currently the closest referee is over in corner 3. So for him to adjudicate on whether that was a fault or not with any degree of confidence would be quite difficult.
And he's also keeping a close eye on the match on lawn 4.
Yes, he is. We will bring you the result of that game.
Well, I think it's now 5-3 to Soha.
Okay.
Contesting hoop 9.
So back to our game on lawn 1. That's a nice shot from Glynis, getting close in front of the hoop of black. So yellow is going to struggle to remove that without risking peeling it. You really don't want to peel at hoop 8 and give your opponent the advantage over a hoop 9. So this may well just be position and let red deal with black later.
Which it can do.
Which it can do, yeah.
Provided it's not blocked.
Yeah, I think that is likely to have got on the line of red and black, which is an unfortunate outcome.
Partially at least. So, well, blue may as well come back in, don't you think? Or try and block red? Not sure. So these are the sorts of decisions I'm struggling with.
Yeah. So if red is blocked by yellow, then just putting blue in, trying to snuggle red is quite good, just to guarantee the block and prevent the jump shot. Otherwise, you can have a go at clearing it.
I think she tried to. Well, I'm not entirely sure. I think she must have tried to at least hit it.
She may have just been trying to nudge it a little bit further away.
Now, the way Virginia's lining up this, I don't think this is trivial, is it?
No.
I think she can see black.
Yeah, she does have the side of it, I think. She doesn't look to be playing a jump shot here.
But he must miss yellow. Oh,
that was a lot easier than we thought it was.
Yeah.
But she's played it well. Our viewers probably have a much better angle from the camera down there than we do up in corner 2.
Probably you wonder what on earth we're talking about, Aston, but
never mind.
They need to bear in mind that we're just seeing the lawn from just outside corner 2. So if we make observations that are blatantly nonsense,
just
please
ignore
bear
us.
with us.
Yeah, top-down view of the lawn is always quite useful. So we've got one of our cameras on top of the hut next to us, so that'll give you a nicer view than we'd have from the level of the lawn. So blue there, just taking out the danger ball yellow. Didn't fancy the clearance later on with black. What she could have done if she was backing her clearance with black is to put blue in wide from red and then take out yellow with black. That's a good choice there, just to make sure that yellow's out of loop running position.
Yeah. Red and yellow have the advantage, don't they?
They do. So red's going to be the first ball back into good position.
Yeah.
With that shot, you can try and get on the line of black at the hoop.
That's wide from blue. Glynis is just checking that, isn't she?
Wide from blue is what I'd like to see there. And if it is black, will again have to take this out immediately. I don't think it is wide from blue based on that decision with black. I think she might struggle to miss it on the left-hand side with blue, but she probably does have just about a full ball.
You'd still put yellow in here though, wouldn't you? You wouldn't try and block blue at red.
No, I think
that leaves yellow
going
on the wrong
too
side
tight
of
to the hoop. You're just as likely to block red at the hoop as you are blue at red.
Well,
She's
she
gone
did try
for
and
it.
do that.
And she's probably covered the right-hand side of red as well.
Might get a double clearance.
You could get lucky and flick off yellow into red here. That's certainly not what you're trying for. So, I'm never particularly keen on this fence. It is a little bit too close to the lawns.
Well, I was watching a game yesterday where one of the players brought the ball in about a foot and still hit the netting on her backswing.
I've had to bring in balls 2 feet if I'm taking a big
That's
clearance.
a great shot.
That's really good, yeah.
Yeah.
The trouble is there's not enough space on the pathway to move the net further back, otherwise you'll impede people from coming into the club. But it's not ideal, and even for positional shots you sometimes have to bring the ball in on that boundary. Yeah, it's a very nice shot from red there. So red is now still in hoop running position,
I would say.
Yep.
Yellow might be able to jaws today.
It's definitely possible, yep. Just having a quick glance at the camera we've got up on the live stream, it looks like yellow can run the hoop. So black's made the right choice in attempting to clear it there. You can see there, Keith, that it looks a little bit easier than it does from our angle.
I'll take your word for it.
Okay,
Well,
she's gone for the jaws.
managed to get the jaws. I think
That's
that's
good
quite a
enough
good
here.
result, isn't
Yep.
it?
Glynis is going to struggle to do anything about that.
Okay.
Have you spotted a particular benefit to the jaws there, Keith?
Well, I'm wondering, Aston, whether red can knock yellow through and get a significant distance over to number 9.
That's the one. So if you hit yellow on the left-hand side there, you'll
not
peel
going
it,
for it.
and red will flick off to... You won't get in front of 9 necessarily, but you can get on the boundary near 9, which is an immediate advantage. I'm not sure if she's looking at that.
We're just checking the score there. And it's 4-3 to Virginia, yeah?
Yes, that's right.
No, she's not trying for
She's
for
looking at
this
blue here,
motion.
possibly. She's played that really well.
Oh, that's a fantastic shot.
That's gorgeous, yeah. So it's a little
That
bit
gives black a
unfortunate.
bit of a problem, doesn't
See, I don't think this is a problem for black. Black just needs to clear red here, and then
Yes.
black remains onside.
it? Right.
So if she gets this well, she's actually converted it into an advantage for herself, and that's a really good shot. So 2 excellent shots there.
Well, okay. Was Virginia's choice excellent? Or should she perhaps have done the... Because black would have been
So,
offside once she...
I'm not sure the
yellow
choice
through.
was excellent. She played it really well,
Right.
as well as she could done for the shot she chose to play. But peeling yellow and getting red near 9, it wouldn't have been as good as it was flicking off blue.
No, sure.
But it would have meant that black then had to approach from an offside position and couldn't have taken that shot to clear red. So with blue behind the hoop, Virginia didn't want to keep yellow in the jaws. She's been forced to run it, and Glynis now has a good advantage over at 9.
Yeah. But Virginia's 5-3 up, so...
She is.
So is Glynis in the situation where she really needs to be thinking about winning 9 and 10?
Yes. So the best way of doing that is engineering a way where you can get ball in the jaws of 9 and then run it up to 10, or at the very least a ball close to 9 where you're confident of running it to a decent length that finishes near 10. and that blue looks to be in quite a good position to do that, should she need to run with blue. But the better option here is to put black into good position, and if yellow misses, blue can smash red away and leave black a trivial hoop.
She's not chosen to do that, though.
She hasn't, no. Black,
she seems to be blocking yellow at blue, I'm guessing.
And yeah, this indicates that, you know, she really thinks that her opponent is a good shot, and she's worried about yellow taking out blue there. So it's nice to see respect to the opponent's shooting.
If it's justified.
If it's justified.
Well, that's a point.
I'm not particularly pleased with that shot. It's 5-4 and you're conceding the advantage at 10.
If you lose 10, it's 6-4.
Yeah, and at that point it's a struggle to
It's
get
an
back.
uphill struggle.
Yeah. She may have a bit of an advantage in that black is on the backswing of red up to 10. But red's chosen the right option here, which is just to snuggle black. Black now can't get up to 10, and yellow will have the first approach anyway. So Glynis has chosen to break the snuggle and just play black away. Would you have maintained that snuggle position, Keith?
Absolutely no idea, Aston.
Okay.
What would the sensible thing be?
So
to do?
the right choice is to break off that snuggle for Glynis there. If she maintains the snuggle and yellow takes good position,
It's all down to blue.
blue will have to clear it. With red and black tied up, yellow can just come back, blue will have to clear it again. So it's important for Glynis to release that second ball. Otherwise she'd be really well down at 10. So that's the right choice there.
Oh, hello. Mind you, so the applause you can hear is for Soha Mustafa winning her deciding game against Diana Wilson.
Okay. Hoop 10, so 7-3. But a really good match there. And we do have a question if we're going to see Soha on the live stream at any point. Given she is the #1 ranked player here, I think the expectation is that she will be in the knockout and will therefore feature on hopefully a few live stream games later on.
The plan is every day so far has been to broadcast whatever game is going on Lawn 1.
Yeah, and I think that's working well, and that we're getting a nice mix of countries for different viewers to support. So we've got some interesting stuff going on at Hoop 10 on our lawn here, which I missed slightly to look over at Soha's game.
Glynis managed to get what appears to be in the jaws from down near 9.
Yeah, that's always quite a good result.
Which I think has been a good result. Yeah.
Virginia's taken quite a nice line of play there with yellow, which is to flick off black into position in front of 11. And Glynis has again been kind of forced into running that hoop with red behind. Just staying in the jaws isn't good enough. Red can clear it back out. So she's run the hoop, but Virginia has yellow in hoop running position in front of 11 because of that flick she played off black, and she played it really well.
So it's 5-all.
But immediate advantage to red and yellow at hoop 11.
So in the grand scheme of things, how bad is it to be 5-all and then go 6-5 down?
I'm always really happy if I run hoop 11 to take a 6-5 lead. You're not always winning, but it is a big hoop to take a 6-5 lead. Particularly if you can run it with any kind of control and get a good position at 12 as well. I'm not entirely sure what the stats are, but I think if it's 6-all and you have first play to 13, which you would do after a 6-5 lead, you're generally 70% to win. I think I've heard that before.
Okay. That's massive.
So yeah, and of course you have the chance to win hoop 12 as well after going 6-5 up.
Sure.
So yeah, it is a big hoop. And here we have a free hoop shot, having moved black out the way earlier with yellow. Isn't easy. She's just taken a bit of a near wire there. So she's still favourite for this hoop, but it would be nice to get that one. I think red's jawsable. It's not going to run, but she can plop it in the jaws later. Or she can just put yellow in front and then use red to take out black.
So problems.
Yeah, choices with blue here. Looks to be lining up a clearance.
Okay.
Can't quite tell from here, but that may have gone through the middle of some things. Clearing red is good there, clearing yellow is good there. So either one would have been a nice result. A bit unfortunate if she's gone through the middle.
Well, we think yellow's in position.
Yellow looks to be in nice position, and I think she's also played that clearance quite well, sending black to a point where it hopefully doesn't have a double yellow and the hoop. She can clear black to a spot behind yellow and just take away any chance of opponent going through. That's good. That's unfortunate from Glynis there. But I would suggest that it's a result of a good shot by Virginia to put black in a position where it was online with yellow and the hoop. It, increases the possibility of Glynis putting yellow into the jaws or peeling it. So 6-5 with first ball down at 12. Blue just going a yard too far there. Do we think yellow runs, Keith?
Well, it's probably possible, but it's certainly not easy.
No.
Whereas that is definitely in position.
That's definitely in position. I think probably choosing to put black in position here. That's what Glynis has gone for.
She's almost put it in the hoop.
I think that looks really good.
My eyesight's not up to it. I can't. I'm not even sure whether it's north or south of the hoop, to be honest.
It's either level with or north. I don't think it's south. We'll see what yellow chooses to do here. Oh no, I think you're right, Keith. Looking at the camera view we have, black does appear to be south of the hoop.
Okay.
Yeah, it's my eyesight that's awful. So Glynis is going to be looking to middle this so that blue can stick around.
She just improved
flicked it into a nicer position. So unfortunately, I think that'll be the game. A bit unlucky to flick red into a nice position. But yeah, Virginia's played well here, and it has been close as we expected. So 7-5, game one wrapped up. The players tended to take breaks in between games, Keith, have you noticed?
Not very long breaks, but yeah, might be probably disappear for a minute or two.
Okay. Have a glance around at some of the other games going on. Looks like we're about to get a new game on lawn 5. Louise Smith is playing. Do you recognise the opponent, Keith?
It's Cheryl Bromley.
Okay. So Cheryl Bromley from the USA, is that
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
Excellent. So we can keep an eye on that game for you as well. They're just warming up. What are your thoughts on the standard of play so far across the event?
I think there's quite a wide range.
I think that's fair.
I've watched quite a bit of Soha playing, and yeah, she seems to be what I would class as quite good.
Quite good. I think that's also fair. Although I believe you used the words eminently beatable yesterday.
Well, yeah, potentially. I mean, she blows a bit hot and cold,
Okay.
but hot is very good.
Yeah.
And I suspect she will be more hot than cold as the tournament progresses.
Yeah. I think it's fairly standard from a lot of the Egyptian players that it takes them a bit of time to warm up into events, get used to the hoops. Their hoop running in particular improves throughout the tournament.
Right. Well, it's her first trip to England, she told me.
Right, I hadn't realised that.
Yeah. She's been to New Zealand a few times, but this is her first trip to England. So
Okay.
I imagine yesterday was a bit of a shock to the system, weather-wise.
Yeah, nice welcome. But yeah, playing in New Zealand will mean that she's had some experience with the quadway hoops, which we're using across this event. So that'll definitely be valuable for her. But yes, just much slower lawns than New Zealand yesterday with all the rain. But we're hoping that as we build up towards the final, they will speed up to a really nice pace.
Yeah, I don't think there's going to be too much rain for the rest of the week.
No, certainly if it stays like this, the sun is going to be starting to bake the lawns quite nicely.
And that will presumably lead to firmer hoops as well.
That too, which again is just good for the high standard of play, firm hoops, quick lawns. That's exactly what we're after.
Good
Morning.
morning.
How are you?
Very well.
That's good.
How are you? Well done.
Yeah, thank you.
Alison, you're hovering.
I know, so I
She's
thought
a very
I'd
good
come
player.
over.
Really, she's a very good player.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's concentrated very well.
Thought I'd give you guys 5 minutes,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going to sit here and have a chat with Soha.
Oh, okay.
Perfect.
And then you can come back in 5.
Yep, sounds good.
Yeah, we won't trouble.
Lovely.
All right, I'll pass you over to Alison and Soha.
Get breaks and stuff. Thank you. Have a seat, have a seat.
Thank you. I think I will play after that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So we're live. So you've got a camera over there that's probably pointing at you right now.
Okay.
So, say hi, wave to your friends and family at home. Thank you for joining me.
Yeah, you're welcome.
And
It's my pleasure.
well done.
Yeah.
That was a good game. Your last game with Diane.
Yeah. I won yesterday 7-1, and she won the second game 7-4. And today I win 7-3. It's my fourth match. I win my fourth match.
Very
Yeah.
good.
And I will play today against Manan. I think after that, and I have another one in season 3. I think it will be with Annie from Germany. I think so.
And so we're going to win, and day off on Thursday.
Yeah, it will be day off tomorrow morning.
Okay. So how does it feel? Let's start with winning. You are the current women's world champion.
Yeah, I take it in 2019 in New Zealand.
What did it feel like to win?
Yeah, it's fabulous. Really, really, it's my dream to be the world champion. Someone in Egypt called Nahid Hassan, if you know her. She's the world champion in 2005 and many times get many tournaments. And she told me, when I have 15 years old, Soha, you will be the world champion after me after 10 years. And I got it after 14 years.
Oh,
Yeah.
isn't that lovely?
Yeah. She told me many times that he will be a famous player in croquet.
And here you are.
Yeah.
You are a famous player.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah.
And so you said you were just on the phone to your coach.
Yeah.
And is he proud?
Yeah, he's so proud of me. He's my role model. Unfortunately, he not come with us this time because many problems in Egypt, in the airport. But every match I called him, "Hi, Captain Khalid, how are you? I already win." Yeah, so proud, Soha. Good luck, good luck. Yes, he is a very famous player called Khalid Yunus. If you know him, he's playing from 35 years old. I think
Wow.
so. Yeah.
And he has been world champion.
Yeah, for four times.
Gosh.
The only one he the world champion in 4 times.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Pretty impressive.
Yeah, very impressive.
Very good.
Yeah.
And so coming into this tournament, you've got expectations to win.
Yeah, I'm defending with my title to be the world champion again, inshallah.
You're gonna do it.
Yeah.
And we've
I
got
will
the
do my best.
sunshine for you.
Thank you.
We've got finally.
You promised me that yesterday that it will be sunny today.
I
and
did.
And you got it.
Yesterday was awful.
Yeah,
So
very nice
rainy.
today. The weather is so sunny today, but yesterday is so bad.
Now, 2 days ago, I spoke to Noha, and we chatted, had an interview, and she said that before this tournament, she practiced every day for 1 month before coming. How about you?
All of us, I think, all the team, we are coming for the 13 team player from Egypt. Captain Khalid is practicing with us for 1 month because, as you know, we have a difference between the balls and the hoops in Egypt.
Okay.
We are not playing with the Dawson in Egypt. We are playing with other balls.
Okay.
Captain Khalid is already practicing with us for 1 month. All the Egyptian team.
So did you have the balls sent over
we
to
have
practice?
We have many Dawsons in Egypt. We are practicing with us and coming here to defending my title.
Very good. And how are you finding the lawns, the hoops?
Yeah, it's
Good?
very nice. Yeah. I played many times in New Zealand. I think I played for 4 times in New Zealand.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm playing in 2011 and in 2015 and 2019.
That's
and
a lot of travelling.
Yeah, and I'm playing also. I'm the only lady in Egypt playing in the team in 2020. And we got to the finals, but we lost from New Zealand because the weather is too bad.
Oh, the weather.
Yeah, but I enjoyed the last journey in Nelson, I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, it's very nice. But I think so. Here, the lawns are very nice from New Zealand. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's very nice, and the courts. We have many courts. Yeah.
I love how you guys come as a team.
Yeah, we are coming as a team.
It's so lovely to watch.
Yeah. We have a good spirit, all of us.
Yeah.
Yeah. All of people is very nice with me.
Yeah, I mean, croquet generally, I think, brings people that want to share.
To be socialized.
They want to socialise, they want to share their experience, they want to share their coaching with each other. Always. But in Egypt, you guys...
We have a very
so
famous
strong.
player in Egypt. Like me, Maram, and Pauline, and Manal. All of us, we are ranking. We have ranking from 1 to 4.
Okay.
I'm ranking number 1 in Egypt from 10 years.
Very
and
good.
We have another one called Pauline. You know Pauline?
I do.
Yeah, she's the smallest one from us.
Okay. Oh.
She's a very nice player, and we have many players. All of us, we have a good player in Egypt.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Well, before the boys join us again, they'll be back. Keith and Aston will come back and take over. But why don't we have a little look at this game while we're here? So we're on game 2 with Virginia Arnie and Glynis Davis.
Okay.
And it looks like Glynis is black and blue. And so she's just going to, I think, send yellow out of the way.
Yeah.
Shift, move it.
Yeah.
Move it. What's your main aim for each heat? Are you playing in to try and just get good tight position?
Yeah.
Or are you happy to get distance
No.
but then get through the hoop?
No, the first one. I got a good places to play more concentrated, and it would be concentrated for me.
Try and get good
Yeah.
position.
Yeah, good position to take the other one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, for example, coming through hoop 1,
Yeah.
nice
I got
and
a good
controlled
possession. I got
to
a good
get
possession
up.
to get another one for 2, to get the 2.
Exactly. Very good.
Yes. Yeah.
No.
Captain Khaled practicing with me.
Oh, I see. I
Yeah.
see. Well, I don't really play golf croquet. Only at club. I play
Yeah.
at my club.
I'm playing in Heliopolis, called Heliopolis, in Egypt. It's a good club. We are getting many tournaments with us.
Do you?
Yeah.
How many members do you have
In all,
in your club?
in my club, it's like 25.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But in Egypt, we have many teams and we have 19 club in Egypt. Yeah.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's good. Very good. Very nice. And what they're doing? The referee has been
I know.
called on.
What's wrong?
I don't know. I didn't see what happened.
I didn't.
Unless maybe as a ball played out of.
I think it's
Sink?
clothing ball. No, not clothing.
We're
ball.
not sure.
What's wrong?
We were chatting.
Yeah.
It's my fault. It's my fault. Sorry, everybody. It's my fault. We were chatting. It's the thing that I'm quite good at.
No. I don't know. Black hitting the yellow one. Yeah,
Yeah.
and I think it will be the yellow right now.
So
Black hitting the yellow one. Yeah, yellow will play. Right?
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Black just hit yellow away.
yeah. We can see in the flashback.
Yeah, they could go and get
Camera,
the,
please.
Yeah, go and bring up YouTube.
Yeah.
Go and have a look. See what's happened.
It's my pleasure to meet you and make an interview with you.
Oh,
Really,
thank
you are a very
so
nice
much.
person. Really, you have a good smile.
Oh, I
Yeah.
try. So do you.
Thank
That
you.
picture of you.
Which one?
It's I've
The
used,
cover photo for the page is very
Yeah.
nice.
that's me. I used that photograph. I thought it was a brilliant photograph.
Thank you.
Oh, here we go. So we've started again. So yellow's played back
Right.
in. Quite good
I'm
position.
concentrated.
We're going to concentrate.
Yeah.
Quite good position.
Yeah.
Blues come in just a little bit. I think that's sort of to the side, maybe a little bit longer,
Yeah, it will be hit
but
by
easy
the
for
black.
red
Yeah.
to hit away.
Yeah. Good shot.
Would you mind
Yeah.
bringing that to me?
Can I take my
Thank
coffee?
you. Yes. Oh yes. Better let you have some coffee.
Yeah, it's my
Oh, you
pleasure.
know I can take that out. It's fine.
Say hi for the camera.
Hi, camera.
She will make a jump shot or hitting the black ball. I think it will be hit the black. Nice shot.
Now what's happening here? So blue's got a good position.
Yeah.
And red's going to be hopefully sending blue far, far away. Or is red just getting position so that yellow can...
Yeah. Oop.
Oh no. Now I thought red might take position
She's playing
and then
with the wrong.
yellow sends blue
Yeah.
away.
Yeah. She can hit the red ball inside the hoop and she will make a jump.
With yellow.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Now, if this was me, do you know what I would do?
Did you play it before?
They're going to laugh at me. I would go, oh, they're in the jaws. I'll go nearly halfway.
Halfway?
I'd just give up. Give up. So this is what she's going to do. She's just going to pop. Oh.
Ooh.
No? She was trying to get blue out.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, this is good.
Yeah. She's got it.
Because I think it was a
This is the
slight
first one?
angle. This is game 2.
Game 2.
Yeah.
Hoop 1, right? Who would win the first game?
So, let me tell you here. So we've got game 1 went to Virginia Arnie.
Okay. She's taking a good position.
Oh yeah, red has got good position.
Yeah. Did you need me anything again?
So, any minute now. There they come. They're going to come and take over from us.
Right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
for
It's my
coming
pleasure
to
to make an
talk.
interview with you.
And if you'd like to say something to your friends and family. 'cause I
say
know
hi
they're
for the
watching.
old Egyptian player. Wish me good luck.
Oh,
Bye.
thank you
Thank
so
you so
much.
much.
Here comes Keith and Aston back again. They have refreshments and they will take over commentary. Oh!
Yep.
Right. See you guys later.
Thanks, Alison.
I'll bring refreshments again later for you.
That was an excellent interview with our reigning champion. So in the meantime, Aston, we've missed some crucial action in game 2.
We have. So now appears to be 1-1. Glynis has had first play over to 3, and it looks to be a really nice black. About 4-foot position, fairly straight in front. Yellow's gone in for a really tight blocking shot. It's a difficult shot to get right, and it's just come up a few balls short.
So is she going to try and clear black here? Or she's
Yeah, I think you want to
no,
move
she,
black.
well, she's having a that was an attempt.
Another attempt at the nudge.
Maybe.
Or just the block. I think just the block was the sensible choice there.
So-
Get a ball in front.
She must be trying to run the hoop.
Yeah,
Sure.
this is definitely hoop.
Yeah, lovely.
Yeah, really nice.
Stroke actually when she runs the hoop. She's just hit it cleanly.
Yeah, it's always nice to see a smooth hoop shot glide through.
What sort of gap are they operating on?
So I think that's
That's
up to 1/32 of an inch at the moment, which I have looked up the conversion to millimetres because that's just easier to understand, but I've forgotten what it is, so I'll check that later. Or someone in the chat can look that up for us. But yes, 1/32 of an inch is the gap between the ball and the hoop.
And that's when the ball's tight to one side of it, isn't it? It's not a 32nd
No,
of an inch on each
it's
side.
not either
is it?
side. That is all the clearance you get. So yeah, a lot more challenging than some of these players are going to make them look.
So it looks like yellow's clearing blue. which must make sense, and presumably hold for position.
And trying to hold for position, yeah.
Oh, she just hit that on the side.
Yeah, so I think you wanted to hit that marginally on the right-hand side there to hold good position from the hoop, but just a little bit too much on the right-hand side, so she's lost yellow. Blue's come back in. Red here looking to block black at the hoop. I think that's a really nice shot.
Successful, yeah.
Yeah, that looks good from here. Thank you, Dom Nuns, who has answered my question for me. So 1/32 of an inch is 0.8 millimeters. That is the difference between the width of the ball and the width of the hoop.
So is this yellow clearing blue, do you think? No, it isn't.
Oh, that's an interesting choice.
Okay, well, blue's going to shift red anyway.
So yellow clearing blue was good. I think we might be able to say that she was potentially wired from blue. So perhaps looking just to block. Blue's still having to jump though.
Ah. Is that necessary?
Well, I'm going to say that she has a better angle to the side than we do from over here. So if she felt the need to get it in the air, then there was at least half a ball covering the hoop. And again, she's played that fairly well. She's got good height, just not quite in the middle of the hoop there. So blue seems to have stuck around somewhere against the wire.
Well, red certainly isn't just running the hoop, is it? So
no. I think yellow can probably just run the hoop. But
yeah, yellow might not be there. Yep. Get the referee into action. What do you think of these lime green hats? You fancy getting one of those, Aston? Well, you're a bit worried you might have to do some refereeing.
I'm not sure I want to do any refereeing at this event. I'm not a qualified referee, so wouldn't want to be mistaken for one. But I don't mind the lime green hats. I think they're an improvement on the bright orange ones that we've had previously. But yeah, it's a nice way to be able to identify the referees if they have a bright coloured cap.
So you're a bit down on the orange.
Not my colour, Keith.
Okay. I quite like the orange.
Okay.
So couldn't hit that very hard, so I was trying to block black at yellow, presumably.
Yeah.
Maybe even tried to snuggle, but just came up a bit short.
Yeah, no, I think she's executed that fairly well. I think the main objective would have been to cover yellow. Snuggle's better, because it means Glynis can't do anything to nudge blue in front, which is potentially what she's looking at here. We're getting another jump shot.
Well,
that's another advantage of the snuggle, is that it takes away the jump.
Oh, lovely shot.
That's really nice.
Yeah,
that's getting a splattering of applause.
Wild. No,
the
crowd
goes wild. There we
was.
go.
You'll know the difference when you hear it later. That's a lovely shot into 5 though.
It's a good response.
Just taking an early lead here. In game 1 we're at 2-all at the stage, if memory serves.
Yes, that's right. So nice to be 3-1 up. That's a bit unfortunate. She played that quite hard as well.
Well, she didn't go for put the first ball in clear with the second, did she?
No. There's nothing wrong with taking the ball out immediately, especially if it's as good as that yellow is.
Would you not want red in position?
I do want red in position there.
Yeah, okay.
There's no real need to look at blocking black on yellow, just have 2 balls in front. Even if black clears yellow, blue's then going to have difficult clearance from the side boundary. So Yeah, the key with that red was to get it in front, and I think it's probably only jawsable from where it is. That's a nice shot from Glynis there, keeping her ball nearby after the clearance. She didn't seem delighted with that shot. Do we think it's maybe blocked red on black?
Yeah.
That's what Glynis is going to have a look at.
So we're looking at blue just playing black in. Oh, this looks like
She's lining up something.
she is lining up this, isn't she?
Nudge on black, maybe?
Well, she has nudged on black.
I think she's played that really well. So she's got both blue and black into positions where they can potentially run the hoop.
Looks like red's clearing.
Red's just going to take out blue here.
Okay, well that's blocked black, presumably.
So she's played a really nice stop
Yeah.
shot there. Glynis now can potentially just run the hoop, depending on whether anything's in front. If not, she can jump, or she can try and plough through the middle of yellow and red and just split them apart and keep black nearby. That's what she's gone for. She hasn't quite got enough on yellow there.
Black almost ran into the jaws.
It almost did. That would have been a good result. Unfortunately for Glynis, yellow can just stop shot black away and stay in front.
Yeah.
And, yeah, Virginia's played that well. Okay, so that's an interesting choice there to try and clear yellow with blue.
Again,
The other option was to just put blue in position and take a shorter clearance with black.
yeah, I can follow that logic. Oh, red short again. We're almost in a mirror image position of where we were before.
Yeah, blue's missed. Black now has to hit clearance, and red not quite in front.
Okay, well,
She hasn't quite hit it as well as she did the first time round. She's achieved the main objective of moving yellow out of hoop position, but black is now once again 7 yards away from the action.
advantage red and yellow though.
Yep, still very much ahead at the hoop, but a couple more
It
good
would have been
shots from
even
Glynis.
more so if red was in position.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You're always kicking yourself when you realise all I needed was for red to be in front of the hoop. It will be a bit of a challenge for the players this morning, having played yesterday in really slow conditions, to adjust back to these slightly faster lawns. But you would hope that after their first game, they're thoroughly back and adjusted to the pace.
Grass is growing all the time now.
The grass is growing, to be fair, especially in the sunlight. Are they being cut every day? Do we know?
I don't know. I think it might be every other day, but
Okay.
if I've
Well, I think every other day is reasonable.
offended the ground staff by saying that, then I'll apologise now.
That's a lovely shot from black there. Again, absolute middle of yellow, so black has stayed close to the hoop. And Glynis has turned this around here, very much advantage blue and black now. So a bit of a dilemma with yellow. If she just takes good position, blue can come in closer and black can smash it away. So you don't really want to be taking perfect position with yellow. What she's done is just put it slightly to the west of the hoop, so the opposite side to where black is. Blue's now going to have a go at the hoop, knowing that if it fails, black can just take out yellow.
So is this more sensible than taking position?
It depends on whether you're backing yourself to run the hoop, and
It's
whether you're
quite a long
backing.
hoop.
It is a long hoop, and whether you're backing your opponent to clear black or blue with red. So if you just take position and red clears you out of the way, it's a bit of a waste of a free hoop shot.
Okay.
So nothing wrong with going for the hoop there, but just taking better position and then looking to clear yellow later was an alternative.
It's important to get most of a hoop if you don't run it, though, isn't it?
Yes,
you don't want to flick
you
the
don't want to
outside
clip it, you don't want to miss it.
No.
You need to hit the middle of the hoop and stay around. So just going for a blocking shot there. Can't quite tell if she's got it. This looks like lining up the hoop, so not quite. So blue here might play another blocker in if it's got a good line to get on red. You can also look at clearing red, but you want to hit it in the middle so that blue stays around if you're going to do that.
The way this match has been going, I'm going to stick my neck out and say that it seems to be an advantage to basically just keep on taking position.
Yeah.
Because the clearing, some of it's been very good,
Mm-hmm.
and some of it's been less good.
Yeah, we've seen some really nice centre ball clearances,
Like that
like
one.
that one, nicely demonstrated for us.
Blue's not really in position now, is it?
No, it's not something that's really threatening to run the hoop.
And it may need to clear red again in a moment, perhaps.
Yeah, but no, she's played the clearance well.
See, I'm looking at that, I'm going, well, that's not a guaranteed hoop
It's not,
for red.
but again, if you put it in 1 foot position, black has an easy stop shot on it.
Mm.
So by going behind black, black can still clear it, but then black won't have an easy hoop. So there's no point in taking really nice position with red there, knowing that black is just going to take it out immediately. So I think that's a good place to put the red ball. I've had a comment saying that some of the viewers are picking up some radio in the background of our commentary. I had heard about this earlier. It's not a problem on the microphone end of things. We don't have a radio anywhere nearby, so it may just be some interference with the streaming. Hopefully we can look into sorting that out for you.
Yeah, hopefully the people in the booth are on top of that.
So black there has chosen to clear yellow, which I don't think was in front of the hoop. But again, if black had just taken good position, yellow would have been able to clear it immediately. So just moving yellow away from the action and keeping black nearby is perfectly reasonable.
You see, I'm now thinking about, I was going to mention this a moment ago, looking at blue, I'd be tempted to just go for a closer position with blue.
With this shot here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just on the basis that I'm not convinced Red's going to run that hoop.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Oh, that was almost. That was almost a bit of a GC outcome there.
Yeah. You can get some very lucky outcomes in the game of golf croquet, but over the course of the best of three, they tend to even out. And she nearly managed to clear red, flick off yellow, and get in the jaws, but fortunately for Virginia, it didn't happen.
Do some players suffer from what I think of as football manager syndrome?
You're going to have to explain that concept.
Well, they remember all the bad decisions, unlucky outcomes, but forget the ones that are actually in their favour.
It is a lot easier to remember when you get unlucky. I'll agree with that. I can think of several instances of bad luck against me, but would struggle to tell you too many that I've had in my favour.
That was good play.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, just brushing off instances of good or bad luck is normally the best approach to take to it. So Glynis there potentially blocked on yellow by red. So she's tried to go for the double clearance or maybe take just a side of yellow. Hasn't quite come off. So yellow now with a slightly angled but fairly short hoop attempt.
Okay. I think blue is north of the hoop, or at least, north. So fairly easy to get it out. How far she can get it out, we'll see. Needs to get this quite a long way out, I think. Oh, she's done well.
Yeah, she's played it well.
But blue and black are well away from in front of the hoop now.
Yeah.
Well, that was inevitable, though, wasn't it? If you're going to clear yellow that far.
I don't think you needed to hit it quite that hard.
Okay.
Yellow can be, a yard close to the hoop, and it's still not necessarily running, and you can keep blue a little bit closer.
Good point, actually. Because yellow could probably be 3 yards closer to the hoop, but potentially not running.
But yeah, the key there was to get yellow out the jaws, and she's done that nicely.
That's a good clearance. But blue and black are losing control of this hoop, aren't they?
They are. Glynis is going to have to hit a few more good clearances.
Yeah. This seems to keep happening as a pattern.
It does. And in several instances so far, she has hit a lot of good clearances and worked her way back into the hoops. But
one way to work your way back in seems to be to just decide, well, I'm not going to clear it. I'm just going to take position. See if you actually can run your hoop.
Yeah, letting an opponent fail a hoop and then
she's done it again.
Being there to clean up.
Red's been there 3 times now at least. Hasn't it?
Yeah.
That had to go in front.
It did.
In my way.
So first time is forgivable. Second time's a bit disappointing, but to do it 3 times, you're not very happy with yourself. So what it does mean is that if black clears yellow here, it's probably back to being 50-50 at the hoop, rather than Virginia having 2 balls in front and being well in control.
Yeah, now that's nice.
That is gorgeous, yes.
Yellow obviously can't run the hoop, and black is controlling the hoop still, rather than nicking it and ending up in corner 1 or something.
That's really, really good. So yellow will be able to clear blue here, but black is in a great position for later on. So that was less of the middle of blue. So
blue's starting to come back into this hoop.
Yep.
Which wouldn't be the case so much if red was in front.
Yeah, so if it now had to clear red, yellow could have maybe hit blue a bit further away, and blue misses red, red wins the hoop. But a poor positional shot from Virginia and a really good clearance from Glynis has got her well back in here.
Now then, how about black. I was going to say black takes wide position from yellow, but that's actually not that easy, is it?
I think you have to be quite angled for that, don't you?
But certainly should take position, I would have thought.
You can just get rid of red here.
And leave.
And,
okay,
you
but
know,
you could
that
block yellow.
evens things out. It's
If
a
you
safe
block yellow
play.
at blue with position.
Yeah, that I think is the optimum shot, and it's what she's gone for. So yellow will now have a go at clearing either blue or black. Assuming she's got block, it'll try and take out black.
Right.
Do we think red is blocking blue at the hoop?
I don't. No, I think red
Okay.
came quite a bit out to the side.
She's gone for a little dribble.
Is that trying to block blue at red, do you think?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think that was a good choice of shot there. Not sure if she's got it, but it was a good choice.
Well, surely clearing red would be seem to be offered up here, don't you think?
Yes, I think you take out red, leave yourself a nice easy hoop with black. You probably want to pick a side of red to hit here.
Well, the one that
Okay,
hello.
it's going for another jump.
You see, as soon as I suggest a line of play, Aston, players
They don't like
instantly
it, do they?
something else, and that happens in AC as well as GC.
So yeah, we've settled on a clearance here, I think.
Yeah, she's just toying with me.
No, no,
No, no.
dear. Okay,
She was, okay.
right. We'll stop
Right.
talking for a bit.
Yeah. Just watch and learn.
Okay, I didn't get very much height on that. Slightly flattened out the swing as she swung through the jump. So I do think the clearance is better there, as long as you're not worried about peeling red. If you're worried that the clearance is going to peel, then the jump is justifiable. But Glynis has chosen to play quite a difficult jump shot, and it hasn't come off, and
And
she's
now
just
she's
conceded
totally
control.
lost control of the hoop.
Yep.
Changed round in no time.
Yeah. Yeah, 2 shots and it's immediately back to red and yellow's favour.
Oh, another great clearance though.
We've seen a lot of those from Glynis. Really nice. She's going to have to hit red with blue as well later on. But this is definitely inspiring us with some confidence that that's perfectly possible.
I don't think she has to hit red with blue immediately though, does she? Do you think?
I think red can run the hoop from there.
No, I don't.
That's
I'm
another
gonna-
slightly short positional
I'm
shot
gonna
from
say,
yellow.
You see, she hasn't. She's decided
Okay.
she doesn't need to do that.
It may
she
even be
got-
on the blocking
oh,
line,
it's-
or it might be short. Can't tell.
I think that was needed to go another couple of yards.
Might just be a
Well,
little bit green around.
I
hoop,
think
because
this
we've
is
seen
a-
a few
this is a-
short shots
a hoop
positionally.
attempt. It's in the jaws.
That's a good outcome.
Right.
So
If you've got a clear, do you think clear yellow?
you can
Allow
clear
blue a chance of.
clear
Oh,
yellow.
she's given up.
Mm,
She's given up.
yeah, she's going halfway here.
Interesting.
So if blue's got anything where it can try and snick red out, I'd quite like to see a stop shot on yellow, so that black stays in front, and then blue can try and dig red out.
Yeah.
But I think Glynis has decided that neither blue nor black had a good opportunity to get red out the hoop, so she's just going halfway, optimising her chances for hoop 6. And when you go halfway there with ball in the jaws, what you're always looking to do is to get it on the line of that ball playing up to the next hoop. and it's sometimes just a small percentage chance, but if red plays through the hoop and goes into your ball, that's a great outcome. So you want to be looking at where the blocking line is and trying to get it on that line.
I'll just put another blocker in
Yeah.
on that basis.
Yes, we'll see if that makes a difference, but that's certainly going to create some interesting tactics.
Ah, there's another blocker.
Wonderful. Okay, so I think that's a good choice of shot from Glynis.
Yeah, I like that. I hadn't thought of that, to be honest.
No? So that just prevents red from taking the immediate advantage down at hoop 6. So you're looking to play this onto the back of blue. You're trying to snick it on the side and get free of it. What do you fancy with red?
Well, if you stick red onto blue, and then you stick black sticks itself onto yellow, we could just all go home, couldn't we?
We could do. She's gone for a third option, which is getting a bit of jump.
She's avoided promoting blue up the lawn,
Yep.
which is quite a good outcome, isn't it?
Yeah, no, I think she's played that well. So red and blue are free of each other. Black's taken a nice position. So yellow potentially just looking to get it out of the action straight away. It's got a shorter clearance than red would have, and blue can potentially interfere with red's clearance on black. So taking this black out immediately.
Gently, though.
Gently.
All running the hoop.
All running the hoop.
Okay. Well, that's.
Might have been a bit of a double.
I don't know how long 5 took, but 6 didn't take
No.
very long, did it?
But yeah, that went absolutely cleanly through hoop 6. So an excellent shot.
A lovely shot up to 7, actually.
And I really like seeing good positional shots as a response to a good shot that's run the hoop from the opponent. So we had it at hoop 5 where Glynis played a good jump shot at 4 and Virginia took really nice position in front of 5. Here Virginia's just run a long hoop and Glynis has taken good position at 7. So it's good to see these good responses. And that's a nice shot with red, just coming north of blue so that blue can't clear it into the lawn.
Now, was that an attempted block, do you think? It's just gone too far.
Yeah, it's drifted a bit far. It's going to potentially interfere with blue's backswing if it wants to have a go at the hoop.
Slowed up. I thought that was going to be nice. This looks fraught with danger.
Yeah, I think you want someone to watch the black ball here.
Well, we're watching it, but I think because she's going to have to dip down to play this. That's a good shot. Oh, lovely shot.
Really nice.
What do we know?
I'm not a fan of those shots where you got the ball on the backswing,
No.
because you find yourself just thinking about the ball that you don't want to hit rather than the ball you do want to hit. So she played that really nicely. Brings it back to what's that? 4-3 to Glynis. Is that right?
Yes,
Yep,
it was
excellent.
3-1.
It was
3-2,
3-1, yes, so 4-3.
Now 4-3. And that's a lovely red, I think.
Really nice there.
Yeah.
A little bit angled, but nice and close to the hoop.
If you play on these lawns long enough, I assume you pick up what the consistent slopes are going from hoop to hoop.
You do. It's been a while since I played on them, so I can't quite remember where all the slopes are. But
Well, a well-prepared player, actually, would have a notebook.
they would do, wouldn't they, Keith? I should probably start doing that.
It's just crept by.
Blue here.
Pretty easy to get wide from yellow, I'd have to say.
Well, it would be if she didn't have to play a hampered shot like this.
This is true.
Oppo's called the referee on, but Glynis hasn't actually decided how she's going to play the shot, so the referee may or may not be required. This looks tricky. Don't think she'll be getting this all the way down to hoop 8. There's not a lot of backswing here, so generating the power in a short space of time without double tapping or doing anything silly is quite tricky.
It's a pretty good effort.
She's played that really nicely. Clean shot, getting about as far down towards hoop 8 as she could do with that backswing.
But red can run the hoop.
Red can just step up and run the hoop, and that's what she's attempting to do.
Second prize, maybe.
Yep. We're going to see
needs to be a jump now,
another
doesn't
jump
it?
attempt. Yep. So just taking the clip off the hoop.
Yeah.
Good practice so that it doesn't interfere with the ball. Again, good height, just not quite on the right line to go through.
Ah.
Interesting.
Well, that is interesting.
So, do you want to talk us through this, Keith?
No.
Okay.
Well, I'm tempted to say she's put that there because she's going to run the hoop and try and get a promotion, but
Yep, I think you're right. So she was aware that blue was outside of Glynis's jumping range there, so
Yeah.
she wasn't worried about that. She expected blue to go halfway and black to take position.
then black's a bit short.
So
She, okay. Is this a common tactic? Because again,
you don't see it very often, but it is.
promoting the first ball in. Which, is it not the first ball?
So this is not the first ball in.
Okay,
because
so she's
Oppo
not
has
even
played
tried
the
to do
first
it.
ball in.
Okay, I'm with you.
Because black wasn't a particularly good positional shot, she's declined the promotion, which was a good choice, and just tried to take position with yellow. It's gone a little bit far. But yeah, well worth setting up for that promotion, especially if you have the option to decline it as well.
So if black had got a good position,
then
would you have played the
then I'd have
promotion?
played the promotion.
Oh, okay.
If you get it really well into hoop running position, you just run the hoop.
Yeah.
If it's not good enough, your ball is at least going to be close enough that you can just clear the black.
Yeah.
So some nice tactics there from Virginia.
Okay.
So I don't think that yellow was good enough to threaten running the hoop,
But it could have cleared blue.
but it could have cleared blue. So Glynis has just tried to move it a little bit further away in the hopes that Virginia is now going to miss this clearance. I don't think she's been able to get it far enough. That's a particular concern. So Virginia should just be fine to hit this blue, and with red in front, gain an advantage at the hoop. Okay, so she's not gone for blue. Perhaps it's not as good a position as we think.
This looks runnable to me. Don't you think?
I think it is runnable. But it's difficult.
She'll run it if she hits a nice contact like she has a few times.
Yeah. Yeah, she plays it as well as some of her clearances. Okay, it's not a bad outcome. It's blocking yellow at the hoop.
Red will presumably snick clear this.
Yeah, if you can hit this on the left-hand side, just move it out of the way and leave yellow to run. That's what you're aiming to do.
Excuse me. Are you going to try and come down to 10? Is that a bit greedy?
You can try. It's not necessarily greedy, it's certainly an option. It may well be a result of snicking blue, which is what she's aiming to do anyway. For all, I think the key is to win 9, but...
Well, that's what yellow's for.
That's what yellow's for, so...
Oh.
We've gone with a completely different option.
I don't think she wanted to do that, I'm guessing. Surely she didn't want to do that.
She may have been trying to hit yellow, but I don't think that's where she wanted the balls to finish.
What could she have been trying to do then?
So we're going to assume that red was going to struggle to clear blue.
Okay, so
she's tried to move yellow across to the side,
so yellow can
so that
clear
yellow
blue.
can take it out.
Yeah.
But it would have been a better outcome had red also stayed in front after shifting yellow, whereas now neither ball is in front.
She can hopefully keep yellow in front here.
You would hope so, yes. That's a nice shot. Yellow's gone a little bit further from the hoop than would have been ideal, but it's a decent pace to hit at. You don't want blue staying within immediate clearing distance of yellow, so it's a good shot. We're both giving that an Yeah, she's about to play a wrong ball.
Yeah.
The referee's corrected it. I'm not sure we're allowed to correct them at this event, are we, Keith?
Don't know. I'm pretty sure we're not allowed to correct them.
No. I think other players... It's standard practice for all players to be sequence umpires, so if they spot a wrong ball, they point it out.
Is that right?
But I'm not sure if that's the case at this event.
Okay.
So the reason why Keith and I didn't particularly like that blue earlier is that red can take nice position in front of the hoop, as it has done, and with blue being on the western side of yellow, yellow will be able to send it well in lawn. And Glynis is going to have to hit a difficult clearance. So this should be a clearance on either yellow or red. I think I'm probably choosing to take red here, given it's the most dangerous ball at the moment. And the trouble with clearing yellow, as she has done, is if you don't get it far enough away, it can still turn around and smash blue. Or in this case, you may just choose to put yellow in better position and force Glynis to hit some more shots. But I think this is the confident play. This is a good choice. Smash blue away, run a simple hoop with red where you can get in front of 10, and take a 5-4 lead with an advantage.
I was going to say, we're at 4 all, aren't we?
Yep.
Getting this hoop and control of 10 would be very useful.
Played that clearance nicely in the middle of the ball. Doesn't have quite as much power as some of the other women here, but it's always more important to hit it in the middle, or on the side that you're aiming to hit it, rather than just to smash it.
I have to say I'm getting a bit worried for Glynis there. She hasn't hit a clearance well for a while, has she?
No.
And she hit some very nice ones not too long ago.
Yeah, particularly around hoop 5, she had a lot of nice clearances, but just dropped off a little bit.
Just a bit too hard. Still 5-4.
Yep. So black here looking to get wired from red. Can't tell from here whether she's done that, but
I think there's a chance.
There's definitely a chance, yeah. It looks to be close.
And that's what Virginia was checking, presumably.
Yes, yeah. You always want to go and have a look at that. If it is wired, she may be looking to clear here. If not, she'll just put a ball in.
Yeah.
So that may indicate that red is not wired from black, or it may just be putting a ball in to put some pressure on black's hoop. We'll find out soon enough. A little bit too much power on the blue there. So if you can't see black, then you can look at putting red in wired from blue, which is I think what she's looking at the moment. If you can see black, I think you just want to clear it.
And if you can see only a part of black?
That's where the decision comes in. Depends if you back your clearances. I think at 5-4 up, just putting the ball in, putting some pressure on this hoop is perfectly reasonable. At 5-4 down, even if you only have half of black, I think you still want to have a go at getting rid of it.
Well,
so I think yellow is probably open on this hoop. May even be able to.
You think it's open on the hoop?
I think it might be.
Okay.
Or potentially going in off black. You're going to challenge that, okay.
I'm going to challenge it.
Okay.
Yeah, I might.
See if we've got a better view on the live stream. Just waiting for it to catch up with our commentary.
Better hurry up, because yellow's...
We're about to find out in real time anyway.
Yeah. Well, she could be trying to run the hoop, so you may well be right. Ooh. Yeah, I think you were.
It was
right.
a hoop attempt.
Yeah,
yep.
I think so.
Oh yeah, we can tell now we're looking at the feed that was well open. It's about a 30-second delay between the actual stream and what we're seeing. So, red probably not wide from blue here.
No.
Or perhaps partially wide. That clearance isn't really good enough.
This is crying out for clearing black,
Yep.
holding the position.
Yep, you can
If
hit
you get
this
it right.
a little bit on the left-hand side and potentially go into the hoop with red. Or you can do
Nearly.
that.
Well, it was in the hoop briefly, wasn't it?
Yep, no, I think that's a perfectly reasonable outcome. Yellow's just going to play back in anyway, so good thing about that is that red is stuck around close to the hoop.
So play in, blue does nothing, red gets rid of black.
There we go. That's the line of play that I think is best.
Nailed it. Will it happen though?
2 days in and you know exactly what's happening.
Third day. This is day 3.
Day 3. Oh, there we go.
Couple of false starts here from Virginia.
Yeah,
She
just
seems to be in 2
maybe a
minds,
little
but
bit indecisive.
She has gone for position. Okay, so I think blue,
blue's coming
just-
back in.
Right, maybe a block, almost, not quite.
Not quite. You can try for it, certainly. And
Oh,
we're not going for the smash on black.
no, we're going for nudging blue, are we? To get a block and holding red
You
for
can
position.
nudge blue, you can just stop, shot it away and hold position. But a nudge and block is interesting.
Oh, it is a stop shot away. Going for a
Stop
block
shot
with
and
red.
block is really nice.
Okay, fair enough.
But
Yes, that's-
black can just try and run the hoop, and that's what Glynis is going to go for. And even if you're open on yellow here, I think the hoop shot is probably still a good choice. Not quite.
So is this for 6-4?
This will be 6-4, yep.
Okay. Just remind me, who won game 1? I think.
Fairly sure that Virginia won
Yeah, I
game
think
1.
so.
We've got a red clip on the peg.
Oh, we have. You're right. Well spotted.
So, looking... Oh,
Oh.
I was about to say looking good for the match. I think she's probably still looking good for the match. Black can dig yellow out,
Yeah.
but red can obviously peel yellow or clear black. So blue will have to deal with red. If it hits it, red will potentially just play back in or look at clearing black.
Well, the trouble is that if you clear red north of the hoop, well, particularly north of black, red clears black south,
Yes.
and then black can't do anything about yellow.
Yeah, you can't just hit this clearance, you need to hit it to the right place. That's not the right place, but she has got blue on side, in line with 11. I think red now will just peel yellow.
Yeah.
Key thing here is for red not to finish tied up in the jaws of the hoop. So by hitting yellow on the side, as she has done, she's taken away the risk of red
Right.
finishing in the jaws.
So, nice.
So 6-4.
6-4.
That's a nice shot with
Okay.
black. Really good position with yellow there. Hasn't blocked red at black. Blue a little bit short to block red at black, so we'll now see a clearance if she gets this right and then runs the hoop. That's the game. So you really fancy this clearance. Or you don't
You were
fancy this
saying?
clearance.
You were saying?
And you go for tight position. So this is playing to their strengths. So I would be taking the clearance because if I hit it, I'm going to send blue off the boundary. These players don't necessarily have that much power on lawns that aren't as quick as we'd like them at the moment. So playing to her strengths, she's gone for a ball in position rather than trying to take on a big clearance at a hard pace. And there's nothing wrong with that. But it does now mean that black has just smashed yellow across the side of the lawn, and she's now going to have to hit a longer clearance than the one she turned down earlier.
quite.
No, it was an attempt at a block, probably about 3 balls short of being really good. So a good effort from the side boundary.
Oh, that's nice.
That's an excellent hoop stroke.
So, 6-5.
So the other advantage of going for the block there rather than trying a clearance on blue is that yellow is finished in a position where it's in line with and straight down to hoop 12. If she had gone for a clearance and missed, yellow would have finished down where we are in corner 2, where it's much harder to approach or clear at 12. So going for the block, even though it's probably harder than the clearance at 11, just optimises her chances of winning 12.
That's a very nice shot, though.
That is a really good position with red.
So,
I think there's potential to get red wired from blue through the peg there. If she's got it, Glynis will have to take this clearance with black.
no, I think she's gone for it.
No.
No.
So it would be really quite unfortunate if blue is wired by the peg from either hitting red or running the hoop. If that's the case, there's nothing Glynis can do to stop red from having a go for the game and the match.
Yeah, not over yet, though.
But no.
We've seen hoops like that failed.
Yep, certainly not trivial. So, yep,
Okay, well,
about the best she could do there, just taking position with blue, putting a bit of pressure on the shot.
so this for the match. She's got something in her eye, just at a crucial moment.
Yeah, that's not ideal, but best to stop and fix it rather than missing your shot and then regretting not stopping.
Ooh.
Yeah, as we said, not
Well,
trivial.
No, failable and failed.
So yellow, I think, is also in running position, so black will want to have a go at moving that or playing in a blocker. It's possible that red may be on the line of black at yellow.
Yeah, just come back in.
Yep.
Now what?
So
She doesn't fancy trying to get in the hoop.
no.
And
After
so stop
failing
shot
a
clearance
easier-
to get position.
Yeah, after failing an easier hoop shot with red, I can understand why she's turning down the hoop shot with yellow. But if you're going to do that, you need to hit it in the middle so that yellow has a hoop shot.
Yeah. This hoop's beginning to just swing Glynis's way, perhaps.
Yes.
I mean, we're
So-
assuming, I'm pretty certain red can't run.
No,
The
I
way it
think
bounced out of the hoop.
red can tuck in
Oh,
front.
hello. What was that?
So
Maybe it can. We'll get in the jaws.
potentially get in the jaws.
Okay.
It's an interesting choice with blue. Alternatives are to go behind the hoop so that if red does jaws, you can dig it out.
Yes.
Or you can go into jumping position. If you're in jumping position and you jump red while it's in the jaws, it can be potentially quite difficult for red to get up to 13. So
I don't think red is. If it's in the jaws, it can't be very far in. No.
no, she's done
Managed
quite
to
well
get it
there to
out.
bounce off the wire. But this is where taking position with blue is now looking quite attractive, as opposed to taking the clearance at red. If blue were in front, yellow would be forced to have a go at clearing it rather than just putting a ball in.
Yeah, it was almost reckless shot with blue.
We'll call it an aggressive line of play. It's nice to see confident lines of play, and if you're confident in the shot,
I think it looked desperate.
You don't need to turn it down.
I think it looked desperate.
I think there were better options, yes.
Another go.
So, red here can tuck in front, it can clear black.
It's clearing black, isn't it?
Clearing black,
I
yep.
think. And that's a good clearance. I still think playing blue in would have been
Yes, I think Glenys may look
less
back
aggressive.
on that and decide that blue into position was the best percentage play.
Okay,
she's,
well,
she's hit a good clearance
that's
there.
okay, isn't it? Because black's not gone miles away. But again, you see, if blue was somewhere in front of the hoop now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, by taking that first clearance on with blue, she's increased her chances of moving
Right.
yellow, because she's had
This
two shots
time-
to move it.
This time she's.
But this is a good choice.
Yeah,
Put
I
a ball
like
in
this.
front,
I like that.
and trust yourself to clear it with
Yeah.
the second ball.
Yeah.
At some stage, you just need to get a ball in front of the hoop. Otherwise, you can hit all the clearances you like, but you need a ball in front of the hoop. So red here, I think I'm just going to take out blue, and then black can clear yellow if it likes, but blue and black don't have a ball in front. Virginia's opting to play red into position, ideally blocking black at yellow. That's certainly close.
I don't think it's there though.
No.
Alright, another good clearance from Glenys. So you could be make it 6-all in a moment.
That would make things interesting for us.
Yeah, well, we want a golden hoop, don't we?
We do.
So does the crowd. But the viewer wants a golden hoop. What do you think?
I'm sure they do. Certainly want a golden hoop if you're English. And I think if you're neutral, you also want a golden hoop. Now that's really interesting. So
Yeah. Well, we don't know what she had
no.
to see, but obviously she's hit red instead of yellow. But look where black has gone.
Yeah, so she'll have been wanting to move the yellow there. It may have been that it required hitting red onto yellow, but she's produced a really good outcome of getting black in the jaws.
That's another GC outcome in my book.
So yellow now has potential jump
must
shot.
be jumping.
She's
it.
taken the clip off,
Oh, yeah,
so
she's
here we go.
jumping.
This is
Right,
quite
okay,
close,
come on.
so you need to get the ball nice and high up
Yeah,
pretty
you do.
quickly.
Oh, and it's 6-all.
That's the risk of jumping at hoop 12 when you're ahead. And if there is a risk of peeling, and the risk of peeling I'd suggest was quite high there because of how close the balls were,
Yeah.
she may have been better off just turning it down and effectively conceding hoop 12, but not conceding first play up to 13. It's a little bit strong.
It is.
You'd rather be there than short.
Yes, that much I do know.
The trouble she's going to have here is that black is just through the hoop, so I don't know how good its approach is going to be to 13.
Well, I think it can probably get.
We're
that-
getting some interesting stuff
now, that's a bit of a game changer.
here. Yes, so Red.
It certainly stops blue running the hoop easily.
Yep. Red
Oh,
in.
that's it.
Oh,
What's this
okay.
guy?
Well, we'll look at this
We're
first.
blocking yellow. Is that a good idea?
I think this is a good idea.
Oh, it's a
She's
lovely
played it
one.
really, really well. So because black didn't have its own approach to 13, what she's done is denied yellow approach as well, by just getting onto the front of it. So we'll see how far Virginia can get this yellow. I don't think she's getting it past halfway. Oh, just playing off the side of black.
Now then,
So blue here.
options.
What are you doing, Keith?
Well, the trouble is, if you just try and improve position, red just comes through the hoop and totally blocks you. Obviously, you could try the jump, which might be a bouncy jump.
So I don't like trying the jump now.
Okay.
It's
Do you wanna
quite
go
it's
a little
quite
bit
difficult,
closer?
and if it goes wrong, then red just taps through and is most likely to win.
Okay.
So she's taking a line of play that I like here.
Ah, right.
Which
So
is-
not straight in front.
No, if you go straight in front, then
You
red
get
can
blocked.
just clear you.
Oh, okay.
So she's come at a slight angle so that there's no chance of red clearing blue. Red now will probably just tap through the jaws. It wants to stay as close to the jaws as possible while being on the right side of the hoop so that it can run next time. And then blue will have a much easier jump than the one she could have just taken.
That's very good. But I've seen people hit those far too hard,
Yes.
and blue can see the hoop. Blue cannot run that hoop on the ground.
Not on the ground, no. So she is accepting that she's going to have a jump shot, but she's moved
Wow.
blue to a position where she's going to back her jump.
Again, that's deep.
It is deep. So had she had a nice black in there, blue could have maybe taken the side of red and moved it out the way to give black a shot on the ground. But because of how deep black is, I think she might choose to go for the jump with blue, if it's not at too great an angle.
Okay. Well,
This looks
she's
to be a
already
side
holding the
style.
melon
Yep.
underside, so there's a clue. But she's fooled me at least once before.
Fooled us both.
So this for 1-all. But if you make a mess of this,
If you make a
Game
mess,
over.
it is game over.
yeah.
It's a big shot. There we go. Take the
Okay,
clips
yeah,
off.
Yeah.
I don't particularly like putting them on the ground near the hoop, so yeah, just out the way is good, or in your pocket.
Lovely.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Lovely.
Really, really nice.
Crowd goes wild again.
There we go. And that can be quite a big momentum shift to win game two, in a good, confident style, either with a long hoop run or with a jump shot. It gives you confidence going into game three, rather than just kind of scraping through at 13. So yeah, really nice shot from Glynis there to take game two and level it to 1-all. Yep, just managed to catch that on the playback from the live stream. So yeah, really nice.
Very clean, wasn't it?
Very clean,
Yeah.
yep. Who do you fancy going into game three?
Well,
Keith?
it's too close to call. Let's face it.
I think it is, you're right.
You've asked me a series of questions now that I either don't want to answer or I'm incapable of answering.
Okay, I'm going to agree with you. I don't have an answer to it either.
They're very well matched.
They
actually.
are, and it's nice to have a game with two players that are of similar standards. As we've just seen, they're taking it to hoop 13. It's jump shot at 13 is about as close as it can get. So yeah, hopefully another nice close game in game 3.
I'm going to take a short break.
Yeah, I think I might grab a drink as well. So
Okay.
we'll leave the viewers to keep
But
an eye on some of the action on lawn 2. I think that's where
We,
we've got the camera
we
pointing.
or somebody will be back for game
Yes,
3.
excellent.
won't they?
And I'm watching you see. Yeah. I'll watch loads of it. So if you want to sit there, that would be good because this microphone thing gets in the way of my face basically. So and I want them to see your pretty face, not my pretty face. So I need that because they're going to tell me in a minute you're live.
So what do you do during commentary? Like I know you just like talk and you say like what's happening.
Well, we're gonna the commentators will come back on in a minute.
Oh, okay, but
we're gonna. Hi everybody, we are live and I'm here with Vanessa.
Oh,
hi! Thank
hello.
you for joining me. How's your tournament been so far?
It's been pretty good. I'm fairly happy with the way that I've played so far.
And tell everybody how long you've been playing for.
Yeah, so I started playing about 3 years ago in college. So I didn't even know croquet was a thing, and I was walking around campus one day and I saw people hitting balls with sticks. I was like, what the heck are these people doing? And so I stopped and I was like, what are you guys playing? And they were like, oh, it's croquet, would you like to try it? And I was like, oh, sure, why not? So I played it and I absolutely fell in love with it. So our school went to the collegiate tournament that they hold at Marion Cricket Club in the US in Philadelphia, and that's whenever I was like, oh my gosh, like you can actually play that. This is like a legit sport. Like there's tournaments and you can actually like go to different places and play against other people, different clubs, and even different countries. So,
and here you are.
And
so you've been playing a few years, and here you are at a world championship.
Yes,
that's pretty special.
It definitely is.
That's quite impressive.
Yeah, thank you.
So you're an improver. You've done very, very well.
Yes.
It's amazing. Well done you. And it was your birthday.
It was my birthday on Monday.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. Yeah, I was thinking about it. I was like, I don't need anything else for my birthday. Literally being here for my 22nd birthday is the best present I could have.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
amazing. So while we're chatting, we'll do a little commentary. So it looks like game 3 has started for everybody.
Okay.
So they're 1-1 now, aren't they, in this game, I think. I don't know if you've been watching any of it. I think they're pretty well evenly matched, actually. They seem to be. So giving each other quite the battle. And amazingly, we're at heat 1 and we need a ref again.
Yes.
That happened in the last one. But that's good because it gives us time to chat a bit more.
Yeah.
So how's your tournament going so far?
So it's been going well. I haven't won a match yet, but I have won a few games, and all my other games have been very, very close, 7-6, 7-6. Okay. So losing at the tiebreaker, but I have won a few at the tiebreaker with like jump shots and stuff like that. So I'm happy with it. Yeah, and I feel like I've definitely played well, doing good clearing shots. So I'm not disappointed in myself though.
And so anyone out there that is younger, I'm going to say younger, you are younger as far as I'm concerned, what would you say to them, if they look at the sport and go, well, it looks a bit boring, or what would you say?
I always tell younger people, just come on out and try it. So I have a 15-year-old brother who would give me so much, he would give me like a hard time because croquet is for old people, croquet is easy, that's not a sport. And I was like, okay, all right, but let's go. And he plays American football. So he's like this big jog, very strong. He thinks like he's super high and mighty. And so I was like, all right, let's go. So I set up the court and we went and played. And when I tell you, it was the funniest thing I have ever seen. He kept lifting his head up, so he wasn't even hitting the ball. He looked down at the ball was still right there. So I always tell people though, just come out and try it. It's a lot of fun, and people get really into it once they kind of see the strategy of the ball. It's like, I can hit my opponent away. I can do crazy shots like jump shots or just a bunch of different things. I feel like the younger people kind of find it fun in the strategy part of it. So.
Oh, well, thank you for joining us.
Yeah, thank you.
Our commentators are back with some refreshments, although I think they might need refilling soon, so I'll be coming back over this way. But it's great to have a little chat.
Yeah, thank you so much, Alison.
Maybe you'll come and do a bit of commentary with the team later on
in
the week.
Yeah, sure, absolutely.
Brilliant.
Thank you, Alison. Bye.
Here we go, the chaps are back. There you go.
Thanks, Alison.
Is your laptop? It's going to be hot.
It is. Yeah. Do you want me to keep it in the shade? Or?
Maybe.
Okay.
And that looks like it needs a refill or something.
Fine. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, guys.
Okay, thanks, Alison. So we're underway in the decider.
We've arrived just in time for another Glynis jump shot.
Yeah. Yeah. You say that.
No, see, this is how she lines it up.
Okay.
She'll put it in the middle of the stance and then move to the side. I think I've got the hang of it now.
Oh.
It looked like a difficult swing, a little bit forced.
Yeah, it did.
But once again, nice height.
Yeah, so we're giving up on hoop 1.
Yep.
At least put a potential blocker in.
So, yeah, a couple of options there. Halfway blocking yellow. She's a little bit short of halfway, so I wonder if she was getting in front of blue so that blue could potentially promote black up to hoop 2. She won't do it now, I don't think, because they're a little bit too far apart. But maybe that was something she had in mind. It's a nice shot from yellow. So Keith and I have just had a little wander around some of the lawns. We've got Soha playing Manal over on lawn 6, top 2 seeds in block A, so that should be quite an exciting game. We'll try and keep an eye on that for you. Immediately behind us, Louise Smith against Cheryl Bromley. Cheryl has taken the first game. I think it was quite close, and they're now at hoop 1 in game 2.
Well, I think she's okay.
I think she is okay.
As in, can still run the hoop with yellow.
Yes, so yellow stop shotting blue is no longer an option, but it should be straightforward enough to get a mallet to yellow to run the hoop.
I think there's a possibility that these lawns are actually already beginning to speed up a little bit.
I expect there will be over the course of the day. I think it's worth saying that all of those positional shots were really good, all within a yard of the hoop.
Oh, lovely. I was worried she might be going to just flick red then. With the
You
mallet.
do worry about it if you twist the mallet slightly on the
Yeah.
follow through. And it is the direction that if I do end up twisting the mallet, I'm likely to twist it. So yeah, it's certainly something I would have worried about a little bit.
Well, the twisting often comes from a slightly off-centre hit.
It
doesn't
does,
And
yes.
There's not a lot you can do about that.
No. So black's gone a little bit deep there. I think it may have been forced to by the balls in front of it, so had to go further back. Red's tried to get in really tight, and I think every time she's played over to hoop 3, she's been trying to get tight position, and it hasn't quite come off.
Now, why do you think she's been doing that? Rather than just going, say, a yard in front.
If you go a yard in front, it's a little bit too straightforward for black to just clear it. Because of how deep black is, going north of black, inside of it, as in the short boundary side, isn't particularly attractive because it means red ends up even deeper. So trying to get close to the hoop is good if you can get it. It's just a difficult shot. So we've had a wrong ball here. I've got the referee on to help them out. So yellow round the hoop, then black played instead of blue.
Yeah.
Red then followed it, and blue
Which
then
was also
followed red.
And then blue.
They've reversed the order of the balls.
Yeah. That's the first time I've seen this
Okay.
tournament.
So
So talk us through what the options are. So every single ball of the black, red, and blue have all been wrong.
they've all been wrong.
How does that affect things?
All that matters is the last ball to play. So by playing a ball after a wrong ball, you've condoned the wrong ball that's being played. So Glynis played the wrong ball initially. Virginia then played a wrong ball, but
Yeah.
they noticed it for the third time after Glynis's shot. So Virginia has the option of replace and replay. So she could have had the blue ball back and got Glynis to play the right ball, following red, which being black.
From where it was.
From where it was, which isn't particularly attractive, given it was in front of the hoop.
Yeah.
Or you can swap the balls. So wherever the balls end up after that shot, you just swap them around in those positions.
So
and that's what she's gone for.
As though black had played after red.
Yes.
And blue had been black.
Yeah.
Okay.
It just returned the hoop to a more standard position, and Glynis has done really well there to run that.
Yeah.
Quite challenging hoop. So brings it back to 1-2. Virginia with the lead. So Fran is asking on the chat if we have any idea what the upcoming matches are for later today on the live stream. I don't actually know what's scheduled for the lawn.
I could go and find out.
You could
Shall I
do.
do
We
that?
could ask Alison on the chat. She might be able to hear us, but it might be faster if you just want to wander over. I think they have been swapping around some of the matches between lawn 1 and lawn 4, just to get things on as efficiently as possible. Now, conveniently, we have Mike Town, the manager, wandering over towards us, so I think Keith has just hopped up to ask him. Meanwhile, Glynis has a slightly hampered shot here, so we're just getting the referee on in case she chooses to play it in a difficult way. She can just get the mallet to the side of the hoop and play it so that the backswing isn't hampered at all, but that would mean playing a little bit wide of hoop 4, so if she wants to play it straight down hoop 4, she may have to play the mallet through the back of the hoop on the backswing. Black is either in really good position or not very good position. I can't quite tell from my position whether it's in front of the hoop and about 6 inches straight, or whether it's to the side of it. Again, you'll probably have a better view of that actually on the live stream from our camera. Shout out to Andrew Hobbs, who's currently operating the camera for us. So, Mike Town didn't seem to know the answer, so Keith has gone on a mission over to the manager's area to try and check out what games we're going to have, so we should be able to let you know shortly what you can expect later in the day. Okay, nice shot from Virginia, just shifting black out the way, potentially getting red on the line of black at yellow. Now black has a couple of options here. It can play into position trying to block yellow at the hoop. It can clear red and ideally stay in front of the hoop itself if it gets a little bit of follow through. That's what she's gone for. You need to hit it a little bit more centrally so that black stays around, but I like the choice of shot. But yellow now with the first attempt at the hoop. Okay, not a bad effort, but not quite in the middle. So Glynis now with a bit of a decision. She could have a go at the hoop herself. She could take position and then clear yellow with black. This looks to be having a go at the hoop. I like this, nice confident shot. Again, a good effort. So Keith has just rejoined me. What have you been able to find out,
Well,
Keith?
I think immediately following this, there's a choice of 2, and we can't say definitively which match it will be, but
keep the viewers in suspense.
yes, indeed. One potential match is Sue Lightbody's match against one of the Egyptians, and the other potential match is Rachel G against another Egyptian.
Right, so
And
that should be exciting either way.
yeah,
So slightly sticky position now at hoop 4.
that's
Virginia's done well there to play black onto blue, sending blue a long way away and getting black and yellow out the way of the hoop so that red can potentially run it if it's left where it is.
I think it's worth pointing out, Aston, that we don't actually have any control over which games are shown on the show lawn.
We don't, no.
But I think over the few days, hopefully, a good variety of players have been able to be shown. Because I'm sure they've all got friends, family and fans out there
Exactly.
rooting for them.
Yeah, I think it's particularly nice to get as many different countries on the live stream as possible, and some players who maybe haven't featured on live streams before.
Because I'd like to think we've got a good audience in Cairo, maybe
I'm
Sydney,
sure we will do.
Melbourne,
Yep.
Christchurch, Auckland, Wellington.
Yep, I've certainly seen people on the chat from all of those countries so far. So, and yes, I've been talking to a few of the players here, and some of them are quite nervous about the idea of being on camera. And it is a slightly odd feeling, and it takes a little bit of getting used to. But just trying to put it out of your mind and recognising that actually it is quite a useful learning opportunity to look back on your games, whether you win or lose, listen to the commentary. Keith and I may have some interesting suggestions, or you can listen back and decide you disagree with us. But either way, to be able to review your games and think about the tactics you've employed is really worthwhile, and I certainly like to watch back my games that featured on live streams.
Well, in my case, if they pay attention to what I'm saying, then probably be advisable not to. I have no claims to be the world's leading authority on golf croquet.
No, I'm not sure either of us do, but we'll come up with some suggestions, right or wrong, that are worth thinking about. So, Glynis here in a
Yeah.
bit of a battle to regain control.
Did you
Virginia's
see it?
put the ball back in the jaws. It's going to be a bit of a struggle for either blue or black to get red out. Black will either have to dig red out now or move yellow. The best play is to move yellow and then for blue to take red out.
Okay.
If you do clear red here, then yellow can just run the hoop anyway. But if blue can't do anything about red, then that's the best you've got. And that's what she's gone for. But again, a difficult shot. There's not much of red that's available to hit there, so hasn't quite connected with it.
So, what are the options for yellow then?
Depending on exactly where red
Where
is.
red, do you think? I'm not
you-
sure it's very far in the hoop.
I don't
is
think it is, no. Yellow can look at peeling red if it's in a good enough position in the middle of the hoop. Or, given that black is now a long way away, she can do what she's about to do and just take better position with yellow. And say to Glynis, okay, you can hit that shot, blue at red, but then you're going to have to hit black at yellow. Virginia's going to continue putting balls in front, so she's well in control, even if Glynis does hit her next two big clearances.
Well, she hit red, or at least moved it. but
Yeah, not quite enough, unfortunately.
not quite enough. And black's offside, I think. Is that right?
Black is offside, yeah. So Virginia's being nice and just sending it to the closest penalty area rather than getting Glynis to walk all the way back over to the east boundary. It makes basically no difference which penalty area you send the first ball to when it's hoop 5. It's the same distance of approach. Depending on the lawn, you might have some slopes from one side that can make it more interesting, so that's something you want to factor in when deciding which penalty area to send the opponent to. But this lawn is flat enough and the pace is consistent enough that it makes very little difference.
I think there's a hill there, Aston, because she keeps...
We're going to say there's a hill there at this point.
She keeps leaving a ball at an angled position, almost exactly there.
Yep, it's been pretty much the same spot, same angle.
No, that was
probably
under hit
5 times in a row now.
Yeah.
And that's been under hit as well.
That was definitely I didn't think that had any hope of getting in front. But yellow I thought might get in front.
Right.
And then it just put the brakes on. Well, she's corrected.
Yeah, that's a really, really good shot with red. Don't think it's blocking black, but it is straight in front of the hoop, puts a bit of pressure on.
Don't think she's running with black, do you?
I think it is runnable. I'm not sure if she's going to go for it.
What about clearing yellow? Because yellow might just go in the jaws.
You can clear yellow, then blue has to clear red, and you may or may not end up with the ball in front. You can clear red and let yellow jaws.
That doesn't sound
but it doesn't
too good
sound great.
Unless you go north of the hoop, same shot.
I quite like just taking your hoop shot on here.
Okay.
You've taken position with black there. It's not great position, but that's where you put the ball, so run the hoop as you intended to do.
Well, stop yellow going in the jaws.
It has, yes. I think yellow should be able to dig this out.
Yeah.
But the key is that yellow's not going to take position in the jaws afterwards. Someone wants to know what the temperature is today, Keith. Any idea?
Well, the actual air temperature is still below 20.
Okay.
I believe. But
it certainly doesn't feel like it
no,
with the sun.
Well, we've got the sun beating down, so it feels a lot warmer than it did yesterday. I'm just in a shirt today, as are you.
Yeah.
And I had, let me think, I had 4 layers on yesterday.
I had 2, which was a mistake.
And I think it was 17 yesterday. So not significantly different. But
17 is nowhere near how it felt.
No, indeed. I was talking to one of the Spanish players yesterday, and she showed me the temperature from her hometown at the moment, 36.
See, that's too hot.
Oh, that's a lovely jump.
Yeah. Yeah, really nice shot.
Wow. Virginia's gone out to a bit of a lead here.
She has, so that's now 4-1. Perfectly reasonable to turn a game around from 4-1 down. But
well, she was 6-4 up in the last game, wasn't she, I think? And that turned around. I think she's done pretty well there.
She has done pretty well. It'd be interesting to see whether she chooses to have a go at the hoop from there or to take out blue. I think it depends on how good this black is.
Not very.
Not very. So now clearing blue at a kind of mid-pace where you hit it in the middle and yellow sticks around is a very attractive option. Or if you're confident and you back yourself, you go for your hoop. It's a chance for 5-1.
I can't remember exactly where yellow was last game, but she just smoothed through the hoop.
She did, yeah. and that certainly helps. If you have run the particular hoop in a nice way in the previous game, you can think about that when you play the shot.
Almost held for position there.
Almost, yeah. So I think that yellow's just about enough to the side that blue probably isn't going to get wide position from it. Blue can take wide position, but it probably won't also be in front of the hoop. It'll be a little bit too angled. Other options are for blue to just take good position, and then for black to clear yellow out the way. That's really nice position with red. Possibly blocking blue, but even if it's not, the length was really good on that. So if blue's clear on the hoop, then clearing yellow and running with blue is probably my preference. If red is blocking blue, then I would recommend just taking out red with this shot, and yellow may well clear blue, but you've removed red from the equation. Glynis has gone for the block of yellow at blue. She hasn't got it, so yellow can now look to block blue at red. It can look to smash blue away, or it can look to snuggle up to blue.
I think it's going towards blue.
It definitely needs to go somewhere towards blue.
Ah, no, it wasn't blue, it was
No.
black. Interesting.
Okay, so perhaps red is blocking blue at the hoop.
Well, even so.
I still think sending
you not?
blue, and when Glynis misses a long shot, running with red is better.
It's getting another Glynis jump shot.
That's a bit unfortunate, but she hasn't peeled it, she's just sent it into the jaws, and red was going to run from 1 foot anyway, so nothing lost there.
Well, she could have cleared red.
She could have cleared red.
To be fair.
Yep, that's an alternative. She has played some nice jump shots so far though, so nothing wrong with backing her jump shot. I've got a referee for this, but I think it's fairly straightforward. She's playing it in a slightly complicated way. Right.
Oh, she didn't touch it.
Okay, she has touched it.
Oh, she did touch it.
So the
I didn't
ball
know
did
she
move.
did. Okay. I missed that.
There's a difference for you in the rules between AC and GC. Is if you
Absolutely.
intend to play your stroke in AC and you miss the ball and kind of air shot it, that counts as your stroke because you were intending to play it. In GC, if you intend to play the shot and miss the ball completely, that's fine, you can have another go. But in this case, she has just feathered it, so that counts as her shot. So you can peel red here, but that potentially risks knocking it out the jaws. You can just clear black, or you can just play in. And I think just playing in is the best option. Blue's got a difficult shot to clear red, and even if it does hit it, it's not going to send it that far away. Red can turn around and clear black.
Oof.
That's a really good effort.
It was a good effort. I thought it was a good effort because she seemed to hit it pretty cleanly.
Yep. So another difficult question for you, Keith.
Here we
Jasper
go.
has just asked on the chat who we think is going to win the competition. Would you like to present some options at least?
Well, I've absolutely no idea who is going to win, but I mean, it's a bit tedious, but it's hard to go away from probably the top 4 seeds.
You can never be too far wrong with backing the top
4
seeds.
or 5 maybe. Soha, the defending champion, is to my untrained eye is looking pretty good. Quite a bit of the time. Saw a little bit of Maram play. She seems to be pretty good.
Yeah, another top player in the event.
Yeah, I think there's another top Egyptian, isn't there? I can't remember her name, mate, unfortunately.
We'll get up croquet scores.
Could be
and look
Block
at
B.
blocks.
Who's in Block B?
Amani Hassan,
Right.
who is currently 5 out of 5 in matches without dropping a game.
Right.
So looking
Well,
pretty convincing there.
I don't think I've seen her play, but clearly
Yeah, strong
getting
start
good
to
results.
the event.
And then we've got Jenny Clark
Yep.
and our own Rachel G.
Exactly. I think those are all very good suggestions for potential winners. Glynis there with a nice clearance on yellow, hopefully setting herself up to run the hoop if yellow misses.
And she needs to.
She
doesn't
does,
she?
yes.
She needs to get some hoops.
Yeah,
Big
now,
time.
5-1 down. 4-1 down, you're just about okay. 5-1 down is becoming quite difficult to crawl back into the match.
Do you find yourself having to adopt different tactics? I mean, I dare say
Yes.
the tactical situation is evolving anyway, because your opponent might be using different tactics.
Indeed. So the opponent that has a lead is going to look to preserve the lead. They won't necessarily mind conceding a hoop as long as they don't concede an advantage at the next hoop, or if they can get their own advantage for the next hoop. When you're well behind in a game, you need to be looking at opportunities to get good chances for the hoop after the one you're currently competing for. And that may mean taking some risks, so potentially playing some flicks to get near to the next hoop on side, potentially looking to get balls close to odd numbered hoops so that you can run them down to the next one. We talked about that in one of the previous games at hoop 9. If you can get in the jaws or get close to it when you're behind, that can be really advantageous. So yeah, it does mean you have to take some risks and risk losing the hoop playing for to generate an advantage at the next one.
No, Glynis is in a spot of bother here, I think.
She is.
Already.
So she ran hoop 7 very nicely with blue.
But not very
pretty
far.
clean, but it didn't go very far. And had she hit it with enough pace to go down to hoop 8, she would have lost accuracy and potentially not made the hoop. So she hit it at a nice comfortable pace to maximise the chance at hoop 7. But at 5-1 down, you need to be thinking about the next hoop. So this is for 6-2 to Virginia.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, that's a good start to the comeback. So, nice black, good position in front of 9. So Virginia is just playing a ball in. I think she'll probably look to clear black with red in her next shot. If black was really good there, I think it's worth having 2 shots because you don't want to let your opponent get that advantage up at hoop 10, but black is a little bit angled.
Would there have been any merit for blue there going halfway and just going, I'm going to gamble that I'm going to get 9?
It's plausible.
Is it?
It is playable.
Straight off the top of my head, actually.
Genius, Keith.
No.
I don't love it.
Right. Okay.
It's basically saying I think my opponent is going to miss this shot with red.
Yeah.
And
it is.
That's fine. But when your opponent hits it, you feel a little bit silly.
Yeah. Okay. Well.
But at the same time, she does need
down.
several hoops.
Yeah.
So that's why it's perfectly playable. And especially if Virginia's just going to put another ball in, that may be a soft attempt at the clearance.
To me. Oh, hello.
Right, so...
now I'm confused.
Right, so she can hit this on the right-hand side, as she has done. If she hits a little bit less of the ball, then black gets up towards 10. But there she's just gone fairly centrally to maximise the distance on yellow. And when yellow misses, blue can then run a hoop. If yellow misses. Not when, if. It's quite an interesting mallet that Virginia's playing with here.
Yeah, I've not seen one like that before.
No.
Do you know anything about it?
I don't. I've seen one that's similar to it, but I can't recall who it is that makes them. I think it's probably... Would it be accurate to say that trimmer mallets are mainly the mallets in use at this event? Obviously the Egyptians all using
have
wooden
their own
mallets.
Mallets. There's quite a few PFC mallets I've seen.
Okay. Nice to have a good range. So again, she's run the hoop, she's got a point, but she's 6-3 down, and blue is 1 foot through hoop 9, no advantage at hoop 10. So I think she needed to be attempting to get that a little bit further, even if it does take a little bit of the accuracy out and increase the chance of failing the hoop.
Yeah, one good positional shot now. It could be game over.
Yeah, and that is a good positional shot.
It's certainly pretty good.
Another nice positional shot.
Yes.
Inside of red. Red chooses to take the hoop on, black's there to put some pressure on.
Oh, exactly.
Another really good positional shot. Really nice to see. Glynis with another hampered shot.
Gives red the option of clearing black now, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Ideally wired, and then hopefully yellow gets a free go.
So again, I don't think blue is going to get very far down the lawn here. This is quite a difficult hampered shot. So if we say it makes it to 8-yard position, then red will probably choose to clear black. As Keith said, if you can get it wired through the hoop at yellow, then yellow will be allowed to run its fairly short hoop for the win.
Or red could try the hoop.
Or red could just try the hoop.
So we got any more action on the chat?
We're being informed that Virginia is using a mallet that's made in Sydney, Australia.
Excellent.
And we believe it's a transformer mallet, I think is...
You see, I think that was probably okay, that one.
Yeah,
But
I don't think that was a fault.
Because she hit down on it.
Yep. No, it
'Cause
sounded
it
good.
jumped. It definitely jumped.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But obviously you can jump.
Yep.
Landing with the bottom bevel.
You can.
No, actually that one seemed fine, but an earlier one
It was a little bit questionable over here at 7.
We weren't convinced about it, but it wasn't being watched down on it. Well, she's gone for that option, the clearance and hopefully wired.
Yep.
So if she's got that, what can Glynis do?
Not a lot is the answer.
Well,
You
back,
can
back through the hoop.
You
if
can try
possible.
back through the hoop. It's not nice, but it might be the best you have. You can just play it to the side of the hoop and try and get in the stance or the backswing of yellow.
It's possible she can still see it, of course.
She does look to be lining up a clearance.
Oh well, that was.
Yeah, that has gone into the back of the hoop, so
Yeah.
clearly it was
Right.
quite close to being wide.
Yeah.
Yeah, very good.
Wow.
So, Virginia takes the match 7-3
Oh, okay.
in game 3.
Glynis realised the match was over then, actually, briefly.
Right, did you want to carry on?
Oh, I'm not sure. Anyway, they've shaken hands now.
Yep.
So that was 7-3 in the decider.
Yep.
Okay.
Convincing display from Virginia, but nice to have a close match overall.
Now then, is this... You might know this. It's there's an Egyptian player appeared in corner 4. Is that Noha?
I don't know this,
You
unfortunately.
don't know. Well, this is the sort of thing you'll get to know.
It will be.
On your upcoming trip to Egypt, Aston. Tell us about that. How
Yes.
excited are you?
I'm really looking forward to it, actually. So I've been to Egypt before on a holiday, but I have never played croquet there. And I've heard lots of good things about croquet in Egypt. So I'm going out in October to play the Egyptian Open in Cairo. And we're going to follow that with a England versus Egypt test match. So very pleased to be captaining the England team for that.
That's quite an honour.
It is indeed.
One of your tender years.
Yeah,
But
21
it's not
now.
the first time. Not the first time you've captained an England team, is it?
It's not. I've captained the England team twice so far. Once at the GC Home Internationals earlier this year in Carrick Mines, where Ireland played very well to beat us and won. And most recently, earlier this month in Cheltenham for the European Team Championships, which was an interesting combination of AC and GC at an event, which is quite unusual. So we had 10 countries from Europe coming to compete for that, and the format of the matches was 1 AC game and 2 best of 3 GC matches. So we had Ewan Burridge and Stu Smith representing England at GC.
And how did you manage keeping control of those two characters?
Very challenging, Keith.
I can imagine.
But no, they both played very well, and we successfully won the event without losing any matches.
Well done.
So yeah, very pleased about that result. And yes, taking both Ewan and Stu to Cairo for the test match against Egypt.
Okay.
We'll be joined by Richard Bilton and Jamie Birch.
Right.
So, nice strong team for that event.
Yeah. And do we know who the Egyptians will be
We don't
putting
yet.
out at the moment? Okay.
So because the test match is being preceded by the Egyptian Open, we're expecting that all the best Egyptian players will be around and likely available to play the following weekend. So we're expecting almost a full strength team from Egypt. Certainly what we're hoping to get. Will be a good experience for all 5 of us. I don't think any of the English players going for that test match have played in Egypt before, so all really looking forward to that.
Now I can spot that despite what I said earlier,
It is not one of the 2 games
no,
that you proposed.
this is Egyptian against Egyptian.
Let's see if we can
now,
get Alison to inform us who's playing.
If if you get croquet scores up, you might be able to deduce.
Okay. We can look at the blocks, but
We can.
I don't know which block it is.
Oh, I think I do.
Okay, I'll let you take over.
Unfortunately, I haven't got my reading glasses on, but so which block's that? That's C. Okay, I think it might be.
If anyone happens to recognise either of the two players, please do let us know on the chat.
Ah, right. I think this is block G. Yep, I'm pretty sure this is block G.
Okay, and who do you think we've got?
Well, the lady practicing down near hoop 4, I think, is Soha Mustafa, and as I say, I haven't got my reading glasses on, so she's playing the number 2 seed in her block.
Right, so we believe that will be Maha Eldoradiri.
And she's had a win today, she must have done, because I looked this morning and she was on 0.
She was on 0 overnight. She appears, according to Croquet Scores, to have won her best of 3 this morning, 3-0. So I don't think that's quite right, but certainly a win. Noha is currently on 3 out of 4, having dropped 3 games so far, including 2 to Begonia Elzaburu, who is doing quite well in that block. Block G, she's on 3 out of 3.
Yeah, and she's currently playing Jane Morrison on lawn 4.
Right. So it was Jane that had a close match with Maha earlier today, 7-6, 7-6. Hello to Addison from Australia, who has rejoined us on the live stream today. Good to have you with us again.
Now this is the second time we've featured, or at least the second time we featured Noha, because she was on the first session on day 1. She played Jane Morrison on this lawn.
Okay.
With a fairly comfortable win. But you say she's lost 1 since then? Lost
We'll
to
have to put it back up.
Begonia.
She lost to Begonia,
Yeah.
2-0, and she dropped a game to Virginia Arnie, who we've just been watching.
Indeed. So I've just had a signal from one of the guys in the booth, who suggested we're going to have our throats cut.
It was a little bit intimidating.
I'm going to guess that what is actually going to happen is that we're going to have a change in commentator.
Or they may be switching over to session 2 of the stream.
So we're either just talking to...
We might just be talking to ourselves here.
Yes, we could be.
Thank you for listening, everyone, and I promise there will be no cutting of throats. I was hoping they might say goodbye to you all. We're going to be bringing on fresh commentators for you for session 2, but I hope you enjoyed this morning's watching, and we'll be back in the next couple of minutes on YouTube /@Croquet England. See you soon.